TNA Wrestling. Cross the line.
I was probably like a lot of guys out of WCW. We all had paychecks coming in for the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, some people 12, 18 months, quite a while. Jeremy Borash was getting a check, and he was living in Atlanta, Georgia, and he drove up here on weekends and during the week, and we'd spend time just actually relaxing, having a good time.
Getting to go up and just hang out at his house and go out on the jet skis and really see a guy who's worked his entire career and never had a vacation. And see that, and I kind of was like, well, you know what, I kind of feel that way too. You know, I've been working really, really hard for the last several years. When we did that, I think that gave us clarity, and I think that gave us the mindset to start fresh and say, all right, we've taken a step aside here, we've taken a breather, now let's come back with something, and that's really where TNA came about. I think our clarity from the summer of no worries is what made TNA possible.
When I look back on it, at the time I didn't realize exactly what was going through my head, but I was really at a time in my life, I was at a crossroads. What is the next step for Jeff Jarrett? Not really the wrestler, Jeff Jarrett, the man, the human being, the husband, the father. Where was I going?
Yes, the focus is on the competitors in our main event, and why not? Here comes the challenger, the former National Football League star with the New England Patriots, with the Buffalo Bills, competing in 2 Super Bowls. And let me tell you a story. There you see the ace bandage wrapped around the rib. The ribs might be broken, we're not sure. Let me tell you the story about Monty Brown. When Monty Brown was a youngster, when he grew up in Michigan, on his bedroom wall, he didn't have posters of NFL players. He had posters of Nikita Koloff. He had posters of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And ladies and gentlemen, maybe that will give you some idea how important this matchup is to the alpha male.
I'll tell you this, if he's not 100%, you won't know it, and he won't show it. This match is too big as he gets ready to take on this man, the King of the Mountain, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Jarrett.
He is the King of the Mountain. He is one of the kings of wrestling. And yes, Sunday at Turning Point, it will be the Kings, Jeff Jarrett, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash in one of the biggest 6-man tag team matches ever against, yes, the Macho Man Randy Savage. He is back, plus the phenomenal AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy. And let's face it, the future of our business, the future of this company is going to be determined Sunday at Turning Point. You do not want to miss it.
I'm going to tell you something. I think a big step right here would be for Monty Brown to take that World Championship away from Jeff Jarrett. What a message that sends to the Kings of Wrestling this Sunday on Turning Point.
I'm ready. Are you ready, Don?
I am so
They are
ready.
ready at the Impact Zone. We're about to send it up to JB, Jeremy Borash, for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your Impact main event and is for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official, Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, from the world-famous Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, it's time for your NWA Heavyweight Championship bout of the evening. Introducing, first of all, the challenger. He weighed in this morning at 269 pounds. From the Serengeti, tonight he attempts to become the first ever athlete to play in 2 Super Bowls and become the world's heavyweight champion. Get ready for the pounce. This is the alpha male, Monty Brown. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. He weighed in this morning at 238 pounds. Since May 26, 2004, he is the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He is the King
It's Jeff Jarrett defending the NWA World's Heavyweight title against the alpha male Monty Brown, and it's next on Impact! And welcome back, everyone, to Impact. Here it is, NWA World's Heavyweight title matchup, Jarrett and the alpha male, and due to the importance of this NWA title match, we will show this bout in its entirety. We will show this bout to a conclusion. We have received the okay from FSN, from Fox Sports Net, to air it to the finish, even if we go long past the top of the hour.
Oh, the importance is too great not to it. I'll tell you what, you saw the strength there of the alpha male. He may have the busted ribs, but he just picked up Jeff Jarrett earlier and just slung him into the turnbuckle.
If we had a tail of the tape, it would indicate that the size, the strength advantage goes to the challenger, and he just exploited that size and strength advantage by tossing the champion across the ring. Uh-oh, that look on the face of Jarrett tells the whole story.
This is unlike any opponent he has faced since he's become the World Heavyweight Champion here in TNA. This opponent, Monty Brown, has superior athletic ability. This guy played in 2 Super Bowls. But Jeff Jarrett is not the champion for nothing. Let me tell you something. It's his experience, and look at what he's doing. He goes right for the ribs. You can't blame him. If Monty Brown's going to come out here with it, he's going to exploit it.
If we were also going to talk about bullet points, we'd have to talk about the huge edge that the champion has in experience. But the alpha male has him up to his shoulder. Well, there's the veteran move. Shoots him on. Oh, shoulder block by Monty Brown.
I'll tell you what, Monty Brown's just fighting through the pain and just using his strength right there. Jeff Jarrett, though, keeps getting up, and then he keeps getting knocked down.
That has to be the most impressive thing that I've seen in the opening minute and a half of this match. The heart and the courage of the alpha male fighting through those possibly broken ribs. Oh, Jarrett time with the elbow coming in. That's the veteran move. That's the experience edge.
And I'll tell you something, it was a great move there. He caught the elbow right into the face, right into the cheekbone, right there. And when that happens, your face just, I mean, it's like stars explode. And he's got the advantage. He's got the momentum.
One of the other bullet points that I talk about would be the pounce, the finishing move of the alpha male against the stroke of Jeff Jarrett. 2 of the best finishers in the history of this business.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you something. That pounce is devastating. Nobody has gotten up from it once he's hit it. But Jeff Jarrett, the stroke, has been around a long time. And I'll tell you something, though. One advantage I think that goes to Monty Brown. He's been dreaming of this match for a year or more. Jeff Jarrett had no chance to get ready for it. Only a week to get ready for it. And the director of authority, Dustin Rhodes, made it last week.
Let me correct you, Don. Monty Brown has been dreaming about this moment his entire life.
Absolutely. You're right. From the day he was a little kid, he sat there and looked at the posters on his wall. This was his dream. This was his wish. This was his goal.
Wow. The alpha male charged at Jarrett. The veteran able to move out of the way, and he crashed and burned on the floor. We need to take a break, but don't go anywhere. When we return to Impact, more of this NWA World Title matchup. We're back on Impact, and the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Jarrett, continues the assault. Don, we've seen this during the entire commercial break. It's been the champion in control.
Well, he's been taking Monty Brown and just smacking him up against the rail time and time again, driving those ribs into the steel rail. Now you can see right there as he's driving his neck on the rope. Jeff Jarrett is in total control right now, and Monty Brown obviously not 100%. Jeff Jarrett knows it, and he's not letting up.
And notice where Jarrett is focusing his attack. On the ribs and on the back of the alpha male Monty Brown, the areas that were injured earlier in the attack by the Monster Abyss.
I'll tell you what, Abyss was trying to do himself a favor for this Sunday for the Serengeti Survival, but he actually did the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, a favor because he has not allowed Monty Brown to come in here at full strength. And look at this. Jarrett just applying the pressure, just slamming him into turnbuckles and rails and unreal.
More of the same. You're right. Outside on the steel safety rails. Out in the ring, he drives him again. Back first into the turnbuckles.
Taunting him right now.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett just taunting.
You notice the cockiness and the confidence?
Oh, he can see that the wind is completely knocked out of Monty Brown. He can see it right there. Unbelievable.
Jarrett remains in the driver's seat. Shoots him off this time. Front first, chest first, into the corner turnbuckles. Now what's the champ up to? He's got the challenger. Perched up on the top. Oh, he's got him hung. He's got him hung from the tree.
Yeah, I admire Monty Brown from coming out here because you know it's something that he looked forward to, and he wasn't going to let the fans down, but he just wasn't ready. And look at the torque that Jeff Jarrett is using, pulling. Look at his knee being bent right there.
My God!
Unbelievable!
The human body and a knee, it's not meant to twist and turn that way.
And this is a man who knows. He knows what pain can be in a football game. He knows what it is getting crushed. But I'll tell you something. Right now, Jeff Jarrett is just applying the pressure everywhere. Monty Brown's not getting any let-up right there.
Who better to fight through that kind of pain than the alpha male? The guts and the courage. But oh, he's stopped by Jarrett.
Oh, look at this. He's just... Oh, he's squeezing it right there, right where the ribs are. You can see it. He can applying the pressure to the lower back, applying the pressure to where the ribs are. Oh, you can see the pain on Monty Brown's face.
Not a surprise that the champion Jarrett would go to a move like the bear hug, where he can concentrate all of his power and all of his strength around that injured area of the challenger, the alpha male, Monty Brown.
I'll tell you what, not only am I not surprised, I don't blame him. I mean, Monty Brown is bad enough as it is, and if you're the king of the mountain, the last thing you want to do is lose your championship before turning point this Sunday. So he's got to do whatever it takes to beat the alpha male, Monty Brown, but Monty Brown's trying. He's trying to get himself back in this.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, we've received the okay from FSN. Due to the importance of this NWA title match, we're going to show it in its entirety. We're going to stick with it until we have a conclusion.
Monty Brown! I don't know where he found it, but he reached out somewhere where most people can never go. And he found the string, and he suplexed Jeff Jarrett back over his head. What a move by the alpha male.
Caught him with that double underhook. Yeah, he took him up, he took him overhead. But how much did it take out of Monty Brown to dig down deep and hit that suplex?
Oh, it took everything out of him. I mean, Jeff Jarrett's been taking the wind out of him this entire match. He's in severe pain, but at least he's back on his feet. He's got a chance, and here comes the blow. What a blow by Monty Brown.
Jarrett springs off the ropes a second time, and Brown is ready for him. Series of right hands rocks the champ. Shots to the top of the head. Gonna take Jarrett, send him for the ride.
He's 1 pound away from becoming the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He's just got to set Jarrett up for it, and he slams him down. Wait a minute. One, two, no.
He went for that running power slam, and it's a great move because it's so easy to follow up the power slam with an immediate pin. Oh my, I didn't expect this.
I'll tell you what.
Going high risk.
Look at that. Oh, but Jarrett tried to put the foot up, but Monty Brown saw it, and now Monty Brown. Oh, what a move.
Perfectly placed headbutt. One, two.
Oh, Jarrett fights out of it. That's why he's the champion. He knows how to reach down, too.
Just a split second away from having a new NWA World's Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, what that knee right in the ribs. You see that? Look at that, another one.
Are you surprised?
Not at all. But again, there comes a point where the pain can't get any worse. And that's where Monty Brown is right now as he slams Jeff Jarrett down.
Power bomb, just fighting through the pain.
One, two. Oh!
2 9/10.
Look at this right here. Monty Brown doing everything humanly possible.
They are standing at the impact zone. They're standing at one because they smell a new champ. Alpha male catches Jarrett.
Oh, and he throws it right into the referee. Monty Brown's got to be so tired right now when you think about the pain every time he takes a breath. But think about
No.
Wait a minute.
Not the guitar.
And the referee's knocked down, and Jarrett's got the guitar. He slams him with it.
Vicious, violent shot to the head. He split the guitar.
Look at this. What? Monty Brown standing tall. He says it doesn't matter. I'll take your best shot.
He's gonna go for the strike.
Oh, he does.
Planted him. Referees revive. Jarrett for the cover. Here's one. Here's
Two. No. Look at the power of Monty Brown.
Look at the power. Look at the guts. Look at the courageousness of this challenger.
This guy has reached out places that men don't even dream of, and now look at him. He's gonna do it. He knows it. He's taking everything Jarrett can give. What a blow right there by Jarrett, but he can't even knock him off his feet.
Series of rights and lefts by Jarrett.
Another wicked uppercut by Jarrett.
King's wrestling. Here it is.
The bounce.
He got him. Oh no, Jarrett rolls out and that enables Hall to get in from behind.
Scott Hall has gotten into the ring, but Monty Brown's not going to stop. He's going to go to pounce him, and he does.
There's the pounce for Scott Hall. Jarrett sneaking back in.
He's got a chair.
Look out.
A chair. Oh, right into the back. In the ribs and in his head.
Two steel chair shots. Two unprotected chair shots.
No.
Jarrett leads to the 3 count. And yes, Jeff Jarrett remains NWA World's Heavyweight Champion.
Monty Brown took everything, though, that he could take. Anything that they gave him, this isn't right. Scott Hall interfered. The Kings of Wrestling are taking over. He interfered. Monty Brown got robbed. Monty Brown got robbed.
The difference maker was the interference of Scott Hall, allowing and enabling Jeff Jarrett to retain the NWA World's Heavyweight title.
Well, I'd like to say for a good DVD soundbite, I'm a thrill seeker, but that's not true. I'd like to say that the old wrestling adage, what would you do with $1 million? Hell, I'd start a wrestling company till I ran out of money. It's really none of that. It was meant to be, and that's really the truest answer that I can give you, because I've scratched my head at times. In the bad times and in the good times. Why did I do this? Why did I get into it? Why am I blessed with an organization now that it's the greatest group of people in the front office, and I've worked in WWF and WCW, and then several other, and witnessed several other organizations, and then the talent that we have. So on the camera, off the camera, it's just phenomenal where we're at. And to know that the seed started with Jill, we've grown. Why did I start the promotion? There's not one answer. I wish I had it.
What he has is more passion than anybody else in the business. And with that passion, it makes up for anything that he lacks.
The passion I have for this business is unparalleled. It is. I know that. It's, you know, the age I'm at, what I've been through, what I've seen, what I want to do, and what I'm going to accomplish. Not just think about what I'm going to accomplish. Hell, I'm excited right now thinking about where this company can go.
We're back live in the Impact Zone, and we are ready for the main event of the evening and against all odds for the NWA World's Heavyweight title. Don, let's take a look at the raw numbers here, the tail of the tape. What a height advantage for Nash, as well as weight, slight experience edge for the champion Jeff Jarrett. To the bullet points, the challenger Nash has made it very clear he sees winning the title as his chance to become the highest paid guy in TNA. The champ Jarrett, he claims Nash's head is in Hollywood. Jarrett, totally consumed, he'll do anything to maintain possession of the title. The DOA feels that he's taken away one of Jarrett's most important weapons, the guitar shot. Use it and lose it. Use the guitar, lose the title. No less an authority than our broadcast colleague, the franchise Shane Douglas, who has been monitoring the every move of the challenger Kevin Nash in recent weeks. He tells us he's never seen him more intense, he's never seen him more serious about a match than this one, Don.
Well, you could just tell by the attitude as he walks down the ramp. And I'm going to tell you something. This crowd stood to their feet. They are 98% in Kevin Nash's corner.
From the cardio workouts to the in-ring training, this is a dedicated Kevin Nash. He's intent on adding the NWA title to a resume that already includes the WWE and the WCW championship belts. That opportunity is now, but standing in his way is the champ.
I'll tell you something, when you look at the tail of the tape, you say to yourself, how can Jeff Jarrett go against those odds? Outweighed by what, 50, 60 pounds? Kevin Nash, 7 foot tall, but I'll tell you how. This guy's resilient. You don't hold the title as long as he's held it without knowing how to win.
Whether you support him or whether you despise him, in Jeff Jarrett, you're looking at a true world champion. He's not a company champion, but the definition of NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Title defenses in the United States, Mexico, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, Puerto Rico, most recently Korea. He became the King of the Mountain on June the 2nd, 2004. He won the NWA title for a third time. This current reign, Don, now in excess of 8 months, is a TNA record, the longest of any champion in TNA history. And that's quite an accomplishment when you have the top stars in our profession always gunning at you.
Look at
always
the look
trying
right
to knock
there.
you from the top.
Look at the look right there, Mike. I didn't mean to cut in.
Okay.
It just hit me staring. He's just got that look of determination. That fire that we haven't seen in Kevin Nash since he arrived here at NWA TNA.
Let's send it to JB for the introduction of our main event for the world's title. Take it, JB.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. As Total Nonstop Action Wrestling presents your Against All Odds main event of the evening. Scheduled for one fall and is for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official, Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, introducing your participants in the main event. First of all, standing to the corner to my left, weighing in at 295 pounds, he is the #1 contender for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World from Detroit, Michigan. This is Big Sexy Kevin Nash. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 238 pounds. He is the current reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World from Nashville, Tennessee. He is the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett.
When it comes to match strategy for this NWA World's Heavyweight Championship Showdown, I think you can really expect the obvious. Kevin Nash, he's going to look to use that size, that power edge that he has. But as Jarrett says, 7-footer or not, they're all the same size when they're on their backs. And of course, Jarrett is going to look to work on Nash's weakness, Don, and that's his knees.
Oh, absolutely. How many surgeries has he had on those knees through the years, Mike?
14 total.
14 surgeries. And that, when you think about that, Jeff Jarrett knows something. He knows that he is so much more agile. He knows that he can use the entire ring. Nash is going to have to get that ring smaller and smaller. He's got to get Jarrett in his grasp, in his clutch, or Jarrett's going to wear him out.
And again, you would think that the longer that this match goes, maybe once we get past the 10 or 12 minute mark, the advantage would go to Jarrett.
I'll tell you one thing, though, when you look at Kevin Nash and you look at his size and you look at the gleam in his eye, it might take just one giant choke slam or just one, if he can get a hold of him and use everything that God gave him, and that's that size and power, he can end this thing in one shot.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Opportunity to exploit that size, that power, that weight advantage. And when it comes to Kevin Nash, he's going to look to brawl. He's not going to look to try and out-wrestle scientifically Jeff Jarrett. Back elbow missed. Takes Jarrett up and over. Now Jarrett going to try and shoot him off into the rope. Smart move by Nash with that top steel cable.
Absolutely right there. And oh, nice elbow right there by Nash. He just kind of goaded Jarrett in. And that's the thing. Jarrett's is using his speed. Jarrett's just trying to kind of make him dizzy right there. But what Nash has done is he's placed himself there in the center of the ring so that he's not having to work as hard. And that's what I'm talking about. Using that size and strength right there.
Took the champion out of the corner and just tossed him 3/4 of the way across the six-sided ring, and then follows up with that familiar knee shot right into the midsection, sets him up in the corner, and again drives the knee in the leg into the stomach and into the ribs of Jarrett.
You know what amazes me about Nash is I know he's 7 foot tall, 295, but he looks bigger. He's just so intimidating. I mean, he looks like he weighs 350 of pure muscle. I mean, look at that. You can tell he's been working out. You can tell the shape that he's in, and now he's just taking it to Jarrett, knocking the air out of him.
Follows up the knees with repeated elbows, and then big right hands to the side of the head of the champion.
Oh, look at right there, the extension that he can get on that foot. Oh, man.
Another familiar move from the challenger. You're right, using those long legs, and how long did this take?
Well,
maybe 2-3 minutes into the match.
Right into the knee, and that's exactly what he was going to do. He's got to chop that tree down. He's got to bring him to his size. And again, Kevin Nash took his eye off the prize for 1 second. The referee got in there, told him to remove his foot. Jarrett right away took advantage of it.
He has the leg of Nash wrapped around the ring ropes, and that enables Jarrett to just reel off right hand after right hand to the head.
Well, we've seen Nash blow those knees right out in this ring. You just have no idea. Jeff Jarrett's going to do everything that he can to end this. And whoa! Nash not ready to give in yet. I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see how much punishment his knees can take. Oh, that's how you do it right there.
Connects with the clothesline. That sends Jarrett down to the floor at the impact zone, and the big man's going to follow up. Nash drops down to the floor.
Oh, what a shot right there.
Rocked him with a big right hand. Action spills outside the ring.
Oh, no, he's got it right up here.
Look down, right by the bracket.
Oh, right onto the
He
table.
dropped him down on
right
the
on
title
the belt.
belt, too.
Right onto the belt right there as Nash showing his strength. Just picked him up like a rag doll and threw him right down on the table.
We said that he would exploit that size, that power advantage, and that's exactly what he's done, and follows up with an elbow to the top of the head.
I'll tell you what, a vicious elbow when you're coming down from that kind of an angle. When you've got so much height advantage, it's just that much more torque, that much more force.
Jarrett takes advantage of Nash slowly making his way back in through the ring ropes, caught him off guard, right-handed, and follows up with several more.
Right hand shot right there by Jarrett, and Nash goes down. Oh, nice shot again by Jarrett. Jarrett's been working. We've been talking about how dedicated Nash is. You know and I know that nobody takes this more seriously than Jeff Jarrett. And look at this. And he's not even working on the knees. He's showing everybody he can bring him down right there with the headshot.
What we're really seeing here, Jarrett using strategy that we expected from Nash. We talked about Nash being the brawler, not the scientific wrestler. And we see Jarrett take control of this match, and momentum now is really on his side.
Nice uppercut.
And how did he take momentum? What would you say, about 8 or 10 shots to the head?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you something. You just get that feeling that Nash, those legs after the 14 surgeries aren't as sturdy as they were, 10 years ago. It's harder to stay on your feet. But I'll tell you what, you look at that upper body strength, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. He can do things like that, which is a great equalizer.
Nash sends Jarrett airborne, tossed him over the top and down to the floor. And now he's going to follow up, and Jarrett's begging off.
Oh, yeah, you can see
Wait a minute, where's he going now? He's going out into the crowd?
Well, he realizes right now that Nash is on the prowl right here, and Jarrett trying to get away, and this thing has already gone crazy. It's in the crowd. Ooh, what a shot right there by Nash.
Rocked him with the right hand, did the challenger.
We'll do our best to follow the action here. As Jarrett, you can see.
Wow.
Oh, my God, what is this going backstage?
Backstage at the impact zone. Referee following as well. Nash is just relentless with this offensive assault.
Well, that's what he's got to do. He's just going to have to just take it to him. Look at this. They're outside. Oh, right into the food table. Oh, that's great.
He just
Planning on that for supper.
Tossed him right into the catering table. Food flies everywhere. Referee Rudy Charles
What's he doing now?
trying to control these two, but he almost has to stand back at this point and just let them beat the hell out of each other.
Well, what are you going to do? You're not going to get in the middle of this match.
You can't.
Kevin Nash absolutely on fire. Oh,
What did he hit him with?
got a chair, I believe. Yes, he does.
Steel chair shots.
But look at that. Nash just knocks him right back and takes the chair right out of his hand. Oh, what a
man.
shot right there to Jarrett.
And now Nash takes the chair, and he's got it right across the windpipe of Jarrett.
You know that he's had a desire to do this from the moment he came back. Yeah, he came back acting like he was friends of Jeff Jarrett, the outsiders and all that
The
baloney.
kings of wrestling.
The kings of wrestling. He just was biding his time until he could do this, and now he's just beating the tar out of him.
This is the brawl that we
Get off
expected.
me.
The brawler Kevin Nash has turned the match now in his favor. You talked about the look on his
Look
face
at that.
prior to the match. Check that look out for determination.
Holy cow, if looks could kill.
I think
We're
this,
having a funeral for Jeff Jarrett right now.
this is part of the overflow crowd. You know, they turn people away. Standing room only here at the Impact Zone for Against All Odds. These are the people that couldn't get in. They're watching Jarrett and Nash battle outside. Is Jarrett opened up?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't quite see right there. I'm just trying to get a grasp on who all those people are. Oh, he breaks it back in. I mean, Jeff Jarrett is absolutely getting trounced.
It looks like there's a flow of blood from the top of Jarrett's head coming down his forehead as Nash just continues to abuse the champ.
Well, he's just absolutely beat the tar out of him, and there's another shot to the head, and another shot to the head. You're seeing the size and weight. Yes, he is bleeding. Oh, man, he's bleeding all the way down his body right there. Look at that. Oh, man.
This is a side of Kevin Nash that I have not seen in years, Don. Maybe never. I may never have seen him as focused as he is right now and so intent on
What's he
taking
doing
the
right
title away
there?
from Jarrett. He's exposing the arena floor. He's pulling back the ring mats, and that's just nothing but concrete. What's he gonna do to Jarrett?
Look at this. It's just absolutely all Nash, and you're right. He's just so, oh, nice shot right there by Jarrett, the nut shot.
That's all he could do.
Yeah, he had to. I mean, what else do you do? You are defenseless. I mean,
guess-
you got to do something.
That's one way to describe it. Low blow. All of a sudden now has Nash on the defensive and allows Jarrett to go under the ring. What's he got in
What's
there?
he got right there? What in the world? Wait a minute. There's nothing. If he uses the guitar,
That's right, he used the
he
guitar.
loses the title.
We've talked about it for weeks. Use the guitar, lose the title.
Well, you can see right there. You can see Armando Quintero telling him that there's.
Our Spanish broadcast team, you can see Armando shaking his finger, saying,
What in the world's in there?
is it what?
Well, I'll say one thing if I'm right. Call it semantics. It's not a guitar. It's a cello. It's a cello.
Referee Rudy Charles says you can't use that.
Well, now we know when the lawyer was involved, trying to get all the legal jargon out there. Think about it. He didn't use a guitar. He took that cello and he slammed it right against his knee.
And now he's got,
Oh!
this is what we mentioned earlier as well, that he would look to work on the weakness that Nash has. The years of college basketball, the years of pro basketball, combined with the physical demands of wrestling. And the 14 knee surgeries that Nash has suffered, and now Jarrett's gonna use the cello case.
Oh, I'll tell you what, if they allow this to stand, I don't know, I mean, I don't know how they cannot allow it.
It's not a guitar.
It's not a guitar.
I mean, it's a matter of semantics, and there's no question. Now Jarrett's just
Think
using the
about-
guitar case as a weapon.
This is a total slap in the director of authority's face. He made sure that Dusty said his own words, and is eating his words. He got the word guitar out how many times? That's what I'm talking about, resiliency. Oh, did you see that? Just close the case on the leg.
That dropped down from the middle rope, all of his weight to 238 pounds. As you hear that case land with a thud on the floor.
And Kevin Nash, who was in total control. And now look at this, he's got the leverage. No way!
Oh,
that's just wrong!
He's got the leg staked out, and then cannonballs down directly across the knee.
You can see this. Look at the pain in Nash's face.
Jarrett fighting through the loss of blood.
Oh, he's a bloody mess right there.
But in reality, Don, he's just turned this match totally in his favor at 180. Cannonballs down again with all of his
And he did
might.
it by using his brain. He did it by setting himself up in a situation where, how do you counter it? He didn't use the guitar. Oh, look at this. Now he's going to just pull on those legs, going for the figure four.
Perfect move. If you think about it,
yes,
the
it
figure
is.
four leg lock is the perfect move, especially at this point, once he's already weakened the knees of Nash.
Oh, look at, you can see Nash right there. I mean, this is now just a pure desire to win the one belt he's never won. That's the only way he's holding on right now. And Jarrett has got him in control.
You think Nash has the power left?
Look at that.
To turn this thing around? Can he turn this figure four over, or can he make it to the ropes for a rope break?
Oh, Jarrett, two. No, he got his shoulder up just in time. And Nash now reaching into something that he probably didn't even know he had.
Nash,
look at that.
Digging down deep, trying to fight through the pain, trying to reach out at the same time to get the rope break. He's inches away.
Jarrett fighting there too, and Nash going for the rope.
Nash is
he going to tap out?
But just when he gets close to the ropes, Jarrett applies more torque and more pressure to the figure four.
Look at his facial as he knows what he's got to do. He knows what he's got to do. He's so close. He's so close.
He's got it. He got that rope break.
And Jarrett's not letting go, but he got it.
Referee Rudy Charles, he's going to make him break the figure four, but Jarrett drags him back out. Drops the elbow. Dropped it again.
How much damage has been done and how much more damage is he doing?
He's got the leg of Nash now staked out and scissored at the same time.
Nash, oh look at that. Jarrett just fighting through the blood loss and the pain that he was in earlier, and it's just completely turned. And Nash, I just don't know how long he can hold on.
It's a good move for the champion here. Doubly effective. He not only continues to weaken the knees of Nash, but it allows Jarrett to mentally regain.
Oh, look at this!
But Nash fighting through.
Look at this! Oh, it's just becoming, look at that! That's how
He
you do it.
overpowered him.
One, another one, another one, another one!
Leg shot after leg shot by Nash.
One!
Is he gonna count? I guess his shoulders are down. I guess really Nash didn't have his weight position for a pin attempt.
I'll tell you what, though, it was the way to get the momentum turned. He could barely walk, though. He could barely stand.
Jarrett springs off the rope, stuck in the back elbow.
Oh, but he gets the boot up somehow.
Size 16 to the face, and the champ is down.
This is his chance right here. He fought everything that Jarrett had to give him. Yes!
Fights through, hits the side.
One, two, no, come on!
I'm surprised that he was able to power Jarrett up to get a vertical base with those injured knees and side slam him down, but that's exactly what Nash did, but he couldn't put him away.
I'll tell you what, it's just unbelievable, Nash, that he's been able to stay in there now. He's going to do everything he can to end this quickly.
Dropped him down on the
got him
turnbuckle.
again.
Snake Eyes style. Gonna take him again over to the opposite side of this ring and does as well. Snake Eyes again.
Right into the turnbuckle right there is Jarrett. Look at that, he's just swinging it in there.
Wild shot by Jarrett, not even close.
Now Nash has got total control. Oh, Jarrett fights it off. Low shots.
Clipped him.
He completely clipped him and took that knee out.
Now where's he heading? Jarrett going back outside. Going back for the musical instrument, going back for the cello again.
What's left of the cello after the handle broke off. Oh, nice turnabout, fair play.
Desperation move by Nash. But you gotta pull out all the stops.
You have to, my friend. And besides, it's not like it was something that Jarrett did to him.
Think Nash can use it as a weapon.
Here it is. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute. What in the way? Why? Why are you stopping this?
Jarrett begs off, and referee Charles insists that Nash put it down.
Oh, I don't like that call at all.
What, he's going to take him up for the jackknife.
Oh, wait a minute. The referee just got knocked down.
Referee down.
Here he goes.
Can he drop him?
Oh, he just smashes him into the cello.
Jackknife power bomb by Nash. We should have a new champion.
Unbelievable. The luck of Jarrett right here.
Wait a minute, who's this? Who just ran in the ring?
Wait a minute, is that?
Are you kidding me?
That is him.
Formerly known as Billy Gunn from the WWE? He just came in.
Where did he come from?
He just came in and laid out Nash.
Oh, that's just not right. Where did he come from?
Why the hell is he here?
And why is he on Jeff Jarrett's side? For God's sake.
Referee's out. Nash is out. Jarrett tells Charles, I'm going for the pin, I'm going for the cover. No.
Two.
No.
No, he fought out of it. He fought out of it. And the man formerly known as Billy Gunn can't believe it.
Interference does not allow Jarrett to get the pin on Nash. Now he's headed back towards the ring. Referee Mike Posey out to cut him off.
Well, you got the status and the titles on the line right here.
Good call.
With the crowd, wait a minute.
What?
Yes.
Sean Waltman?
Six-Pac is in the ring.
Sean Waltman on Jarrett.
What is going on out here? Oh, look at this.
Rhino, baby. Bronco Buster in the corner. It's a night of shockers. It's a night of surprises.
Well, who better to come out for Nash's aid than Sean Waltman?
Six-Pac hits the X Factor on Jarrett, but Nash is over and pin him.
Here it goes.
You know, we just saw, if you think about it, we just saw two of the members of that group formerly known as DX.
This has been a crazy night.
You're not kidding. It gets crazy by the minute.
1, 2, come on.
He did.
No way.
Shoulder up.
No way. He was pinned.
Uh-oh. He took the title belt. He's got the championship belt in the ring. Nash to a knee.
Wait a minute, did you see what I see? Sure enough, B.G. James.
B.G. James?
His former partner.
You're right. Think about this. Yet another member of that group formerly known as DX. Nash crawls right him out to the floor.
This is unbelievable. Oh, wait a minute. Jarrett grabbed the belt and used it
He
himself.
knocked him out. He knocked the title belt.
No.
You're right. No is right. It's only two.
Yes. Jarrett can't believe it. I can't believe it. Nobody in this building can believe it.
Standing as one in the Impact Zone, realizing the importance of this matchup and what's at stake. It's the NWA World's Heavyweight title. Is he going to go for the stroke?
He
drove
does.
it down. Here's the pin with the stroke. Here's one. Here's two.
No, he got out of it again. Nobody can believe this. Jarrett, he's just got to be freaking out.
He just hit him with the stroke, but he couldn't beat him. And that's after hitting him with the title belt. Wait a minute. You don't see this often.
No, he's going to the top rope.
Nash back up to his feet.
Oh,
He's got him caught. He's got him throttled. Can he choke slam him? Can he drive him down? He's got him goozled.
Could it be a title change? Oh, Jarrett pushed the referee away.
Low blow, and a
man.
stroke. Referee didn't see the low blow because he was pushed down.
2. No.
Don, think of what Jarrett said in the weeks leading up to this match. He said, I'm going to win this by any means necessary. And that's exactly what we've seen unfold. Jeff Jarrett remains NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, it took help from that man. It took low blows.
Doesn't look like a champion, does he?
No. But you know what? He still gets to wear that gold home tonight. For somehow, some way, he's found a way to stay the champion.
The boat ride is very famous in the TNA story, but I think it actually started before that. I think it started when, right at the end of WCW, a promoter that I met by the name of Andrew McManus, who was a guy from Australia, hired me to run his international tours. Jeff was the biggest name, the biggest free agent available that we could get. That's where I think Jeff started watching this guy, Andrew McManus, and seeing the mistakes he was making, and yet seeing what he was doing right, and at the same time getting a little experience of what it's like to run your own wrestling company. And seed was planted in Jeff's mind long before that boat ride. He knew he wanted to do something, but he didn't know what it was. And seeing Jeff kind of take the role as a leader in that company that took these pay-per-views all around the world was in some way, I think, almost a training ground for him.
I'd really never worked the independent scene. I'd worked for the regional promotions. I'd worked for promotion in Puerto Rico, Japan, Texas. But now, that's what I was doing. I was working for Andrew McManus with no contract. You know, you're going to contract for me this tour, pay me this a match, and we're off and running. So it was between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I realized then that this is a dead-end street. There's really no life in an independent wrestler, no future. Young guy, I was in my early 30s, and I'm like, okay, either I'm going to come up with a plan to stay in the wrestling business, or I'm going to get into real estate, development, and construction. And where was my passion at? Where was my zest for, not just for business, but for life, is wrestling.
I had a boat, a fishing boat that I bought during the WCW days. And Jeff had been fishing with me once before, and I said, hey, why don't we get a fishing trip together and get your dad to go, and let's talk about what we can do. And we started talking about it, and an idea that we discussed was, you know, what if we did a weekly, inexpensive pay-per-view product? We basically present something to the cable systems who had just lost out on a big chunk of revenue when WCW went away, and make them, you know, a partner basically in the new product by selling a wrestling program on a weekly basis for $9.95. We wanted to make it cheap enough for people to watch. We wanted to have a way that we could show people we can present a product that is worth putting on TV. And then when TV did become available again, wrestling always goes up and down, we thought we'd be ready for it.
Bob had his idea, and my father had his idea. I'm the only one that came back and put a plan in place, and hired Bob and asked my father if he wanted in, and to his credit, he said, I'll put as little or as much as you like. What do you feel comfortable? What do you feel like biting off? Talked to Ron Harris. Ron Harris is truly, officially the first employee of, back in that time, is J Sports Entertainment.
So Jeff, Jerry, and I, they got an office out in Hendersonville, and then we just started, you know, putting it together, figuring out how we were going to do the production of it. Jerry and all of them started getting the talent and working on shows.
And June 19th, 2002, by hook or crook or by the good grace of the good Lord, we had our first show. And it took a lot of preparation, a lot of unique twists and turns.
The ring broke, and I mean, it just all came down. And
now we're talking, this was the last match before we went on air
live for the very first pay-per-view.
First show. And Jeff he's literally white as a ghost, because he's going, I mean, this, if it would have gone, or if it would have happened on air, or if we couldn't fix it, we're done.
We're dead in the water. I remember sitting
looking
with
what happened.
I'm on the ground with my back to the post, you know, pushing as hard as I can, because we literally need this much. You know, we finally get it and get that bolt in there and clamp it.
You know, go live, ad lib, start the show, whether it's an interview,
we'll get it fixed.
Something.
And I mean, we're literally, but we get the ring going, we get the clamp on, and everything.
Pyro's going on.
Pyro's
We're
going
still
off,
down
and
there
you can still
putting the
see
last
us
stuff
tightening
on,
the.
man.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
And then we got it done. They started off over here and never missed a bit.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, it was down to the wire like that.
When I look back, it was an incredibly guided and blessed and destined time, because just the series of events that led us to June 19th, 2002 were strictly incredible.
Coming up next at Turning Point, it's the main event of the evening. It's Jeff Jarrett to defend the NWA title against the Man-Beast Rhino. What a night it has been, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, it is time for our main event. The final match of the evening and the second championship match. The NWA title is at stake. Let's break it down. Let's go go to the tail of the tape, and the numbers displayed show a familiar story for the champion. Jeff Jarrett giving away strength, size, and power to the challenger Rhino, but he will try to exploit the edge of nearly double the years of experience. The riveting video packages that we've seen on Impact showed how Rhino has bounced back from losing his job and his family to turn around his life in TNA. For months, Jarrett's been on a mission, claims TNA is out to get rid of him. The heat between Jarrett and management at an all-time high. This is it, the rubber match in the series. Rhino beat Jarrett to win the title at Bound for Glory in October. Jarrett regained the gold on Impact. Tonight, we settle the score once and for all.
That's how fired up he is. That's how motivated he is. He is so ready for this rubber match.
Yes, incredibly focused and incredibly motivated is the challenger. Now, here's the champion. Yes, he is the king of the mountain, both in his own words as well as because he has the gold around his waist. The NWA World Heavyweight Champion. We talked about how focused Rhino is. I wonder if we can say the same about the champion, Jeff Jarrett. What have we seen all night? We've seen Jeff Jarrett going up to certain people, certain individuals, and asking them what they know about the announcement for TNA management. That tonight, the face of TNA, and going forward in 2006 will be changed forever. Is Jarrett too worried about that? Or has Jarrett maintained his focus as well as Rhino? One of the questions we're going to answer.
I'll tell you one thing, Rhino hasn't thought about it. That's been something Jarrett's always been worried about, TNA management and him and their relationship. Rhino's only had one thing on his mind, and you're right, that's the big question. If the champion wants to remain the champion, he better concentrate on one thing and one thing only, and that's not getting gored.
The NWA World's Heavyweight Champion sets his trademark guitar at ringside. Jeremy Borash is in the ring. JB, let's introduce the competitors for our main event, the NWA title matchup. It's all yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your turning point main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official, Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Orlando, Florida, it's your main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, in the corner to my left. He weighed in this morning at 290 pounds from Detroit, Michigan. He is the #1 contender for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. This is the Man Beast, Rhino! And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, standing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 238 pounds and comes to us from the Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. He is the current, reigning, and defending World Heavyweight Champion. This is Jeff Jarrett.
Yes, this matchup sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. With the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship, it's on the line and it's at stake. The champion, Jeff Jarrett, the challenger, the Man Beast, Rhino. And Don, on an incredible night here at Turning Point, it's time to turn them loose in the main event.
I'll tell you one thing, the crowd is almost unanimous in their feelings on who they they want to win this match. I mean, Rhino is deafening throughout the impact zone.
Did you see his NWA senior official, referee Rudy Charles, as he showed the belt to Rhino? Rhino just had to touch the championship. I think channeling back to when he was champion, thinking of what his life would be like and how his life could turn around even more. Yes, it's been incredible the way he's turned around his life in TNA, but think of what it would do to Rhino and his life if he were to regain the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Kind of sizing each other up. Part of me, I think, expected Rhino just to kind of go kind of like AJ Styles did, but you can see this is too important to him. He's thought about it. It's not something he wants to make any kind of rash mistakes. He wants to size Jarrett up, and he wants to beat him in his own game. He knows it's a war, not a battle.
How about this? Jarrett beating Rhino at his own game momentarily. Oh. Test of strength with Jarrett having the advantage, surprisingly, but then just as Rhino starts to turn the tables on Jarrett, of course he takes the shortcut. A boot right to the gut, but Rhino fights back.
Sizing each other up, kind of muscling each other around. Oh, nice elbow right there by Rhino. He sends Jarrett to the mat and he sends him back again.
Pair of shoulder blocks, drops Jarrett in his tracks. Rhino gonna go for a quick pin attempt in the opening minute of the match, but Jarrett kicks out before referee Rudy Charles can even get to 2.
You can see right there how he's twisting the arm to kind of affect the nerves of the arm like that, so you lose your feeling. It goes numb, and you can't use it. Jarrett realizes it and gets out of it as quickly as he can. Wow, slide under by Jarrett.
Oh!
Nice drop kick.
Great leg extension with the drop kick. The top foot, the top leg of Jarrett, just drilling Rhino right in the face. Went for the pin, but Rhino powers out. Quick, high, hip thrust, takeover. And that checks us out. Jarrett working on the arm of Rhino. Got the wrist lock aside. That camera shot looks like he got the leg scissors around the arm as well while he cranks back.
You can see right there, Rhino, I mean, he's in pain, but he uses his weight advantage and rolls Jarrett over. But again, Jarrett able to use that leg spring to put him back on the other side. You got to watch his shoulders, too. Very close to having the shoulders pinned.
Smart defense here by Rhino. He's got to use that free arm, that right hand. He's got to try and bridge the other hand to bring it together, or just turn it around and use his strength like this.
That's what we're talking about. Oh, man. He's got Jarrett. He's in a situation he didn't plan on. And he tosses it right on his neck on the top rope.
Just what we expected. That pure raw power and strength of the man beast.
Look at this, and he's just holding it, and it sends him flying to the mat.
High press slam, holding the champ high over his head, and then dropping him down unceremoniously to the mat. Gonna try a suplex? Well, front suplex, hangs him out across the top rope, and then, oh, big boot, Jarrett knocked off. Wow, right into the steel safety rails.
Right into the rail right there as he just catches Jarrett with that boot. And I'm gonna tell you something again, Rhino being very methodical in the way he's going about things. Sizing up Jarrett right here. And here he goes, right over the top, hesitates in midair and then lands on top of him.
You don't see that kind of a move that often from someone the size of Rhino. The slingshot into the cross body block. Like an X Division move. Rhino's gonna pull out all the stops because we know what's at stake here. And now we're headed out into the crowd at the impact zone. And referee Rudy Charles at this point, he almost has to look the other way in essence. He has to be lenient because of what's going on here, because he realizes the match is so important and what's at stake is the NWA title as Rhino tries to follow up the advantage.
You can see Rhino realizes by taking him up through the crowd, he's taking Jarrett into a land where everybody's behind him. Jarrett's got to know that. It's got to get out of that crowd fast.
Wow.
What to keep somebody from taking it. Look at this.
Going to try and suplex him. Oh! Instead, Jarrett fights off the suplex, and Rhino just crashed on the floor.
All the way from that barrier, that concrete barrier there. It's a long drop.
And completely unprotected. There's no pads. There's no mats out there. That's concrete. Better clear out of the way in the pit.
Nails it right on the head.
Face first, head first, goes Rhino right into that steel retaining wall.
That's what Jeff Jarrett does. I mean, that's why he's champion.
Down.
He somehow finds, I'll tell you what, Rhino's turned it right around on him. Man, Jarrett took a shot.
Great counter, great reversal by the challenger, who definitely has his supporters. Now gonna grab Jarrett by the head. Where are they going?
I don't know, looks like they're heading up Well, it's like almost going outside right there.
Toss Jarrett into the safety rail. Put
Of
it
the
into
impact
the
zone.
steel.
They're on the edge of it right there. You see the door leading outside behind him.
And now, whoa, Jarrett goes right into the wall.
Again, like you said, referee Rudy Charles, at this point, just letting it happen. Just letting it happen.
You've got to do it, Rudy. You've got to let these two settle it.
He's trying to get him back in the ring.
We'll do our best. Great camera crew here with TNA, and we're going to try and follow the action, even though they are way far away from the ring. Rhino's got Jarrett trapped and drills him a right hand to the side of the head.
You can see where Jarrett's busted right there, right on the forehead. You can see. I mean, why not? I mean, everybody else seems to have bled at some point in time this evening.
Whoa, he threw him right into that wall, and now he takes him, tosses him over the guardrail, and Jarrett crashes on the entrance ramp.
Oh man, Rhino in total control, and he's just doing everything he can to just kind of
look at him hammer those punches.
Right after right after right in the force. And Jarrett, he now opened the cut up even more, and he's bleeding even more.
That was a great overhead
Look at
camera
that.
shot. Punch after punch. You're right, just busted Jarrett wide open.
Again, maybe that's a situation where Jarrett not focused like he should have been. You mentioned it earlier. Not focused. Oh, grabbing a chair right here. Oh, that's him in the arm.
Steel chair shot by the challenger. You know, there might be something to that. Jarrett has been worried about the TNA management announcement. With the face of TNA in 2006 changes forever tonight at Turning Point, Jarrett may have been more concerned about that than Rhino, and Rhino uses the chair to the gut. Oh, and waffles him with another shot to the back.
Rhino's only thought about one thing, and that's winning this championship. Now Jarrett bleeding right here, trying to walk out, trying to catch his breath. Rhino just gonna go right with him.
Gonna go.
Right into the side where the steps go up into the stand.
Yeah, the side of the bleacher.
He's got a table right there.
Rhino trying to position the table. Boy, Jarrett has really been on the receiving end of a brutal offensive attack here from the challenger Rhino. Jarrett now positioned on the table. Rhino catching the shot to the head, says, get out of the way.
Look at this, Rhino going up on top.
Who's the man?
Oh, Jarrett though gets up off of the table as Rhino took a little too much time. And Jarrett, being the champ that he is, knows how to take advantage of a situation, but Rhino doesn't let up.
Oh, you're right. Rhino falling victim to that premature celebration. But now Jarrett climbing the scaffold. Look at this. Look how far up they are.
I tell you what, we got cameramen up there. As you see cameras rocking. This is crazy.
I know, the whole scaffold. Look at this. We've got a cameraman way up on top, and the scaffold rocking. This is a dangerous place for both of these men.
Dangerous place for a lot of people. Oh, nice shot right there by Jarrett. Using the chair, and he catches him. Oh, all the way down. All the way through the table.
Now who's the man?
Wow.
You can see it. Oh, man, as he sent Rhino all the way down. What a fall. Here it is again. Look at how long.
Oh, my gosh. Once you take it from that view, once you see it from that angle, you see not only how far he dropped, but the impact as he crashed through the table.
Memories of Hardy and days gone by. And he comes right back at him and slams him again. And now Jarrett has total momentum right here.
Yeah, right in front of us here at the broadcast table. A bloody Jarrett takes Rhino in.
Oh, he just slams him into a rail with force.
The side and the back of Rhino's head against the steel.
But that's firing Rhino up.
Fights back through the pain, up on the ramp. Oh, crashes him with the suplex. Powered him over. The back of Jarrett crashing down on the entrance ramp.
Oh, what a boot right there to the face. Rhino somehow able to get momentum on his side after that major fall that he took off the top of that scaffolding.
Where's he going?
I can't see.
We've lost the shot as now we come back to Jarrett. I'm not sure where Rhino went, but he went out of our
Oh, look,
camera
what has he
range.
got in his hands? Another table? He had another table?
He's getting a table from the back.
He's like back behind.
There he is, coming up on the side of the entrance ramp, getting a table. This allows Jarrett, however, to regroup.
But
now what's he gonna do? Gonna set the table up? He's gonna stack it right through the entrance ramp, covering the ramp, covering the hole.
Oh, he wants to gore him right through that table.
Uh-oh.
You know he does.
Jarrett to his feet.
see this again.
Look at this impact.
Oh, man.
God.
And oh, man, you know Jarrett's going to be hurting it also. Looked like it cost Rhino some too. Jarrett, you can see him down in the ramp that goes back to the back.
Jarrett down and out after taking that vicious gore from Rhino directly through the table, and he had stacked up. Rhino slowly getting back to his feet. I mean, think of what Rhino went through too in delivering the move and going through the table.
Jeremy wants to say something.
Both men have until the count of 10 to make it to the ring now.
You hear that?
You hear the boos. You hear what they feel about this. They want him to let it go. But Rudy Charles has got to get control. And this gives Rhino a chance.
Trying to see where.
Wait a minute. Team Canada. Oh,
No,
come on.
not the Canadians, Eric Young and Petey
They're
Williams.
trying to make sure that Rhino doesn't have a
Oh my
chance.
God, they tossed him down the ramp.
They're making sure he doesn't have a chance so he can be counted out. Come on. You got to
Where
win.
you at, Rudy?
He's just started to count right there in the ring. And you can see right there Team Canada bringing Jarrett
Trying to
out.
revive Jarrett and bring him to the ring before the referee counts 10. Rhino's down the ramp. I'm not sure Rhino's going to be able to make it in. This isn't the way we want this to end, not in a count out.
Not on a night like this. You don't want to see Jarrett steal it this way.
Jarrett rolled back into the ring. Rudy Charles on the verge of counting 10.
Wait a minute. Here comes Rhino, and he makes it in the nick of time.
He beat the count.
The crowd goes crazy.
He
And
beat
here
the
he goes.
Down to the offense.
Down.
Quick reversal by Jarrett, but Rhino comes right back and dropped him. There's one for Petey Williams, and down goes Eric Young.
Oh, look at Rhino right now. He knows he was close to losing that match. And the crowd's now behind him. Oh, and he just puts the shoulder block right into the gut right there.
Just drilled him, stacked him up in the corner, shoulder block. Canadians hit the ring again, and there goes Petey Williams.
They're just sacrificing themselves right now for Jarrett. Just to give Jarrett some extra time. Just to give Jarrett a little bit more momentum. I don't think it's going to be enough, as you see Rhino right there.
Jarrett shot off into the ropes.
Whoa!
Bite buster down by Rhino. Cover! No!
So close. So close.
On the verge of having another new champion tonight. After Samoa Joe wins the X Division title, Rhino came just this close to being world champion again. Rhino to the top.
Oh, look at this. You see Petey Williams. Let's get them out of here.
Damn them!
Yeah, get them out of here. Absolutely get them
You
out.
gotta take charge here,
going.
Rudy. You gotta get some other people, some referees out here. Clear the ringside area. Jarrett now gonna try and suplex Rhino back in. Team Canada
Oh, he
hit
does.
the back.
He hits that
Jarrett
suplex.
pin off the suplex
One,
run.
two, no.
Wow. Rhino barely able to get the shoulder rolls. Gonna try and come back. Picks him
Got
up
him
his
up
shoulder.
top. Oh, he just sends him back flying.
Dropped him down. Stunned the bloody Jarrett. Can he roll over, even extend the arm, drape it across? No!
Just in a nick of time again. Oh, I tell you what, he could have easily went ahead and counted him out there. It was that close.
Jarrett taken back up to his feet by the challenger Rhino. Quick reversal here by Jarrett, but Rhino comes right back. Whoa! Almost contact made with referee.
Oh, and then he ends up moving out of the way and he cores around. Oh no, Rudy Charles won't have a chance. Now Jarrett's got the stroke.
No! Rhino fights it off. Caught him with a punch in the midsection and points him with the belly to belly, but the referee's knocked out.
Oh, he's just been gored and he's out of breath, he's out of air. Doesn't even know he's in a ring. We gotta get a referee out here. Something. Something.
The champion slowly gets up. You can sense that Rhino would love to do nothing more than to gore him once again.
The crowd behind it, as you hear
Rhino's got him in his sights. Who's this? Who just went by?
That's Bobby Roode.
Another member of Team
And the
Canada.
referee can't see what's going on, and Rhino's having to fight somebody else off.
Oh no,
It's
not it.
number
Now
after
here
number.
comes a one.
Oh, come on. I'll say one thing. Team Canada said they had his back as he gores A1 right there. Said he had his back, and they did. This is just disgusting.
Jarrett is
describe, as you can see Rhino right now, blasting him with a right. No, he hits him with the backside of it. And here he goes. He slams it right on his head.
Just broke the guitar right over the head of Rhino.
Again, the referee doesn't see it. He's got him pinned, but the referee's not there. Here he comes. 2. Not enough. Not enough. He doesn't get the pin. There's life in Rhino.
Jarrett doesn't believe it. I don't believe it either. How did he kick out?
Wait a minute. I am so sick and tired of this.
Jackie Gata. What is the story? We know about Gail Kim leaving. Jarrett, now Jackie Gata, there's something between these. She just slapped him again. That's a third.
Score! He's got him. He's got him pinned. Here he goes. 1, 2. Yes. Oh, come on.
No. Only 2.
Come on. That's BS.
Security to take Jackie Gata away from the ringside area. Rhino setting up a chair in the ring.
This crowd can sense it. It's so close. So close.
Takes Jarrett by the head. He's got 2 chairs positioned in the ring. He's got something in mind. He's got Jarrett up.
Could he be going for a pile driver up there?
I don't know. Jarrett trying to fight it off. Oh no, not Gamora with the hockey stick.
Every single person from Team Canada has come out here at some point in time.
5 of them. 5 members of Team Canada.
He's gonna stroke him on the stairs. Oh man.
Jarrett hits the stroke. Rhino crashes into both steel chairs. Referee Charles counts 2.
No. No, that sucks.
The winner of the match and still World Heavyweight Champion, Jarrett.
It took 5 members of Team Canada, Don, 5 Canadians, to help Jarrett as he regains the NWA World Heavyweight title.
Can't believe what I saw. I never looked at TNA as an independent promotion. Never. We were called that. To me, what always separated us from everybody else was the knowledge here, the knowledge of my father, knowledge that where we come from. Independent promotions are built on money, greed.
Jeff has been around the business since his father was running promotions. He knows how to run a promotion, a wrestling promotion, not any other promotion, a wrestling promotion. He knows it from top to bottom. That's why Jeff is so versatile. He's not just a wrestler, he knows what needs to be done to make the show a success.
Real wrestling promoters don't have an ego. Vince McMahon may be claimed to have an ego, and I'm sure I know he's got a gigantic one. But I can assure you, the thing that comes first and foremost is the difference between red and black. It's that simple. We always looked at TNA as a promotion. We're going to be profitable. How do we get there in the quickest manner? How many people started in June of 2002, or June 1992, or June 1982, and are where we're at today? No one.
When you think about this, the WWE, formerly the WWF, formerly the WWF, has been around in one form or another for 50 years. TNA's been around for 6. TNA already has national television. TNA already has monthly pay-per-view. TNA already has merchandising and the toys in the stores and the video games, everything that comes along with a national wrestling promotion these days. For WCW, they really never got it right, and they had a billionaire and a multinational television conglomerate backing them. For the WWE, there were a lot of fits and starts, and it really took them 20 years to adopt their current business model.
We're not going to make every right decision. What we are going to do is going to pick ourselves up on our wrong decisions, and we're never going to fall off the cliff. We've got to continue on our path. We're going to take our bumps and bruises, but for us to be viewed as an independent promotion, you know what? Instead of being insulted, I laughed at the lack of knowledge of anyone who would call us independent.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 8-man tag team war, scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1 first. Total combined weight 464 pounds. Cowboy James Storm, Wildcat Chris Harris, the NWA World Tag Team Champions, America's Most Wanted.
Well, James Storm, as always, with the beer bottle in his hand. Wildcat Chris Harris, he's got the handcuffs. And judging by the look on Jackie's face, well, you know that she's not thrilled to be associated with AMW, Jarrett, or Abyss. It's not like she's really got a choice at this point, Doc.
Oh, no. She played a hand. They called her bluff.
They've got the goods.
And they got the goods
Yep,
on her.
they had the videotape. And as a result, she's been forced to align with this army.
Her tag team partner, accompanied by Father James Mitchell, weighing 353 pounds. He is the monster, Abyss.
I look at this team and I realize you've got so many belts that have been held by AMW. So many belts that have been held by Jeff Jarrett coming out. And then you throw in this monster, Abyss. What a group of 4 on this team and the destruction that they can cause.
Yeah, the destruction, and then factor in the distraction of James Mitchell at ringside, the man behind the monster Abyss. And at any time, he can set off that detonation, and it's doomsday.
And finally, accompanied to the ring by Gail Kim from Nashville, Tennessee, the king of the mountain,
Well, the king of the mountain no longer wears the NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt, but he is definitely the leader of this army. Here comes the man whose mind has been on Steve Thornton to this point in time at Destination X. And Jeff Jarrett has sent people all over the arena this entire night looking for Sting, looking for Steve Thornton. But now, Jarrett, he's got to maintain his focus on the task at hand, and it's this 8-man tag team war.
Seems like he finally, though, took control of the situation when he called Sting out.
And ladies and gentlemen, team number 2, introducing first from Detroit, Michigan, the War Machine, Rudo.
You know, I love how you describe this 4-man team during our pre-show. In the War Machine Rhino, you're looking at a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and you can say the same thing, about this man.
His tag team partner from Charlotte, North Carolina, Ron, the Truth Killing.
Think about this. You got a former NWA champion in Rhino, a 2-time former NWA World Champion in Ron, the Truth Killing, and then throw in the most decorated tag team in history. That's the team that these guys are going to be facing.
That was a hell of a preview.
Wow. But Jeff Jarrett came over here. He didn't like to hear me talking about it, did he?
Let's turn the Impact Zone upside down.
And their tag team partners from New York City, Brother Ray and Brother Devon. They are Team 3D.
Jeff Jarrett, you asked for a war, but you and your army, you're about to get one. Look at this unity from this 4-man squad, and here we go.
Oh, they come in and together, and you can see that Team Jarrett was ready for them, and it just become a brawl now as everything breaks up. And it is. And I mean, I don't know how to describe it. Team Rhino, Team Truth, Team 3D have got control of the situation.
We're going to do our best to document it. The action, all over the Impact Zone. And what are we, 15 seconds into this match? Look out.
Oh, it's folks, we're going to do. We might be knocked out of our booth
You
here.
never know.
This is going to be a war. I can promise you there will be no boundaries. There will be no boundaries on this war.
Oh, man, what a suplex. Team 3D's Brother Ray, the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm on one side, Killings and Jarrett on the other. Sit back and watch these 8 beat the hell out of each other. Look at that.
Oh, look at this.
Remember this punch? Remember this line?
I have that visual of that
sure did.
Look at this right there by the Spanish announce table.
Yeah,
The king of the mountains got the truth, and he just bangs him right on top of that table.
Jarrett and Ron, the Truth Killings on the Spanish broadcast table. Look at Jarrett lay in that right. Up above us here, the Monster Abyss and Rhino battling. There's a fight up on the far side of the impact zone with Team 3D and AMW.
And we haven't even got to find Brother Devon and Wildcat Chris Harris. They're up in the stands on another side.
You need a damn road.
There they are.
You need a road map to follow them. That was a bottle from Brother Devon.
What is it, a GPS tracking system? What you need?
Oh, the Truth laying in those rights. Jarrett rocking, Jarrett down. Monster Abyss and War Machine Rhino battling just to the side of the broadcast table.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what a wicked chair shot right there by the War Machine.
Wind him up.
Holy crap!
Hit him right in the head.
Crap out of his head right
Hit him
there.
right in the head.
Wow! Listen to this crowd! Oh, Jarrett, he's got a chair! Oh, the shot! Look a wicked shot!
St. Louis Cardinals players, they're standing as well. Epstein, Edmonds, and Spezio on their feet. They've never really seen anything like this.
If Tony La Russa finds out they're sitting this close to the action, he'll suspend them.
Killings up. Oh, God, dropped down right across his throat or chest that time. Jarrett just splashed him in the rail.
Look at the, who's that right there? Is that Storm?
I think it's Storm.
We're going to do our best. That's all we can do.
That's all we can do. Jarrett's got a chair.
Look at the angle he's got it.
Killings, look out, Ron.
Drew doesn't even know where he is.
Not a clue. Not a clue.
Oh, God, that hurts. The pain right in the gut.
Yeah, drilled him right in the stomach with the chair. Brother Ray from Team 3D. I'm not sure who he's got down there. He's got somebody. Truth and Jarrett battle.
Oh, Run the Truth Killing somehow got it turned around. I don't know how he did it because we missed it. But I mean, it's just because, look at this. Brother Ray and a miss just going right at it.
Killing's going to try and mount a comeback.
I still don't even know what again. We lost Brother Devon and Wildcat Chris Harris.
Storm reeling off those right hands and now choking the hell out of Brother Ray.
Here comes the War Machine.
Rhino and Storm back here.
Brother Devon.
Devon and Harris up on the ramp.
Woo! Man, oh man. And we still got 2 title matches to go.
Oh my God, what a shot that time. Storm came in and the War Machine drilled him. Face first into that turnbuckle.
I'll tell you what, I'd hate to be the referee. The whole time you're just dodging bodies. Well,
can you believe it? There's a tag.
That was a formality.
Mark that one down.
Rules out, yeah.
We saw a tag.
Hey, never say that Brother Devon doesn't have honor. He showed honor right there.
AMW, serious trouble. That's James Storm in the ring. Tennessee Cowboy sent to the ride. Reversal, Devon shot off into the ropes.
Oh, man, that spinning shoulder smash, man.
Caught him with it. Dropped down Storm and then sent him right into the corner. Here comes Devon.
Oh, nice elbow by the Cowboy. Right here in front of us, we've got Jackie and Gail going at it over there. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, you're right. She's right in her face. Meanwhile, the action in the ring with Storm and Devon. I guess they're the legal men at this point. All we have to go by. Corner mount by the Tennessee Cowboy. Brother Ray not going to put up with this.
Oh, look at this. The teamwork right there by Brother Ray and Brother Devon. Brother Devon trying to untangle himself. Here he goes. But wait a minute. The Wildcat cracked
What did he hit him with?
With James Mitchell's cane.
That's it.
Oh, look at the power of Abyss.
Choke slam on Brother Ray. From way up, 6'8" Abyss, the monster just throttled Brother Ray and slammed him right down.
They somehow seem like they've got a little bit of order right here. I've got tabs. I got to bet that it won't last 2 minutes.
I was just going to say, they've got some order. I'm guessing that's momentary. Jarrett, all of his weight.
Oh, man, you think about it. He applies that weight to the back of the head, which pushes that neck right into that rope.
Unprotected, the throat goes right across the steel cable. Monster Abyss now in.
laying in those big right hands. Series of shots now right into the gut, right into the midsection of Devon. Now he goes upstairs, caught him in the top of the head.
Say what, that's a strong fist. You can look at brother Devon. I mean, he's coming back with a vengeance, but what a knee. Right into the solar plexus right there.
Perfectly placed. It's one of those moves that takes the wind out of you immediately, and you saw that Devon just went down in a heap. Swing and a miss with the clothesline by Storm. Brother Devon goes airborne, went off his feet, dropped the cowboy with that lariat. Yeah, now order's been restored. You catch your breath?
Oh, I'm kind of glad. Like you said, I was getting dizzy trying to follow everything. Brother Ray, man, look at this. He now has his bearings. And Cowboy James Storm is in no man's land. Wow, he was up in the air. Nice hip toss right there on the Wildcat.
Bad landing for both members of AMW. Side slam by Brother Ray. Follow-away slam.
Oh, you can see Wildcat. He caught that wrong. Brother Ray doesn't give him any chance to catch his breath. He just, look at those smacks.
Like a full court press, he's on him. Oh, stack up AMW in the corner.
And here he goes. Oh, what a shoulder block into both of them. I mean, man alive. Spine buster.
Mid-ring spine buster to the Jarrett just in
time.
Saved the bacon of AMW and Jarrett's Army.
Boy, he did, man. He got there with a split second. Look at this. Look at that shoulder block right into both of them.
God, what impact in the corner as Rhino came charging in. Gets broken down again. It's Jarrett and Rhino in the ring. The other 6 somewhere to be found in the impact zone. Jarrett set for the ride. Clothesline does not connect.
Oh, look at the strength of the War Machine.
This press slam is going to be great.
Oh, just the power. Effortless.
Jarrett reeling. Gonna go over, yes. Belly to belly, he just got planted by Rhino. Is it time?
Oh, he's setting up for the gore.
Measuring for that gore.
Oh, look at that. Oh, kill. They talk about sacrifice.
Get her.
Gore.
Get her.
If she wants to put herself in the way, then I'll tell you she ought to pay the price.
Begging for mercy. Oh, what are you thinking? Gail Kim.
I didn't realize it, but Gail Kim's obviously got some balls. Oh, look at this.
What did you just say?
I'm just saying she's got some stones to smack the War Machine right there in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, but what a boot from Abyss. It came right just to the left of the camera shot there. Mitchell's up on the apron trying to... Whoa.
See Jackie, look at this. You can see a little cat fight brewing.
Now the cat fight brewing outside, but we're going to try and follow the action inside at the same time with the Monster Abyss and the War Machine Rhino. What a series of matches these two men have had over the course of the past couple of months here in TNA, and they're battling again. And Andrew Thomas, you know what? I can't blame him.
No, are you kidding me? He jumped over there right by James Mitchell. He realized he better get back in the ring.
Intimidation factor from the Monster. Rhino's not intimidated, but he is stopped with a perfectly placed knee right in the gut.
Normally referees beg for high-profile matches. This is one of those where it's the short straw that has to go out there in this crowd.
Clothesline in the corner, drops Rhino, Abyss follows him. No, just 2.
Wow, the action has just been so fast-paced and just so violent. Now Jeff Jarrett's in here with them. These two have met before. Title, oh, nice drop kick by the King of the Mountain.
Leg extension by Jarrett. Drills him with the drop kick, but he's not able to put him away. Just the 2 count. Jackie and Gale look on from ringside. Tag in. Yep, legal man now. James Storm.
I mean, this war, it has been a war. The lines have been drawn. And through all this, you gotta still wonder, where's Sting? Where's Steve Gordon?
What a kick. Rhino got his leg up. His Storm came charging in, but Storm answers. Slams him, pins him. No, just 2. AMW's James Storm just on the verge of gaining the victory for his 4-man team. Tag in, Wildcat now legal. So Harris and Storm, the NWA World Tag Champs, AMW with a double team on Rhino.
Oh, these guys work together as good as any tag team we've ever seen here in TNA.
You hear the chant?
chant for AMW.
Oh, they're going to deal with that. As long as that movie's popular, it's going to be focused at those two with the way the crowd feels about them. Absolutely.
Harris says, let's slow it down. Let's keep Rhino grounded. Let's continue to work on Rhino. Let's take the breath right out of him, as you're seeing in mid-ring. Let's weaken him, and let's keep him on our side of the ring. That's obviously their strategy. Fans are behind Rhino. You hear the chant. They want to get him back up to his feet here. Referee going to check.
I'll tell you what,
That's
though,
one.
I like what Wildcat's doing right here.
Go wide here. We got to see his hand. That's two.
It's so close. Here it is.
Up. Yeah, baby. 2 3/4. That was close.
You talk about reaching down and finding something. The War Machine did, and look at him. He's fighting to his feet. Wildcat's holding on for dear life. But look at the War Machine. Just one shot at all. But Wildcat just grabs him by the hair and flings him down.
Yeah, stopped him in mid-momentum. Jarrett going to try and cherry-pick this baby. No. Quickly,
another one
again.
No.
That's the experience of Jeff Jarrett showing here. He sees a man who's vulnerable. He sees that Rhino's been beaten down for the last several minutes, and he's going to just get right in and go right for the pin.
Well, it's all about getting the win. It's all about the bragging rights. And now look at the knee, the leg, put right over the neck of Rhino. And Rhino is in a dire situation here. He's got to find a way to get a tag into somebody. Oh, what a shot from the head. That ought to get some Brokeback Mountain chance going.
You're right. Caught him with that headbutt, then the follow cover. Didn't have a leg hooked, and as a result, Rhino able to avoid the 3 count. A monster Abyss now in, just daring Rhino to get to his feet. The two rivals square off once again. Look at these shots.
Oh, man, one shot after another, right to the top of the head. Think of the beating that Rhino's taken. I mean, it's not just one person. He's got to deal with all 4 of them. All 4 of them have taken their shots at him.
Yeah, they keep bringing a fresh man in. Team Jarrett, between himself, AMW, and Abyss. It's been 4-on-1 against the War Machine. Abyss from the middle rope. Oh, my God, that's 350 pounds from the splash.
One. Oh, Brother Ray knew it there. He knew that was about all Rhino could take.
Yeah, Brother Ray from Team 3D, screaming at Rhino. I made the save for you, but now you've got to get one of the 3 of us in. Easy for us to say.
Mid-ring collision right there. Maybe this is the break that Rhino needs.
Not sure who got the better of it there. Both men connecting.
Obviously, Jarrett's able to get to his...
At least making eye contact with his partners.
Got the tag
and now the tag. Wildcat legal and drops the elbow. Harris dropped it right on the back of Rhino's head.
Rhino just doesn't have it in him right now. He's just taking a beating from everybody, one after another, and he just can't seem to get over there. Brother Ray made a great save earlier. I don't know if you can keep doing that, though. Just putting that shoulder in.
You just bum rushed him right in the corner. Just muscled him into the corner. Put the shoulder in as we see Gale and Jackie with that ongoing friction at ringside. Double team now from the tag champs. Rhino fired into the corner turnbuckles. And here comes Harris. Went for a spear, went for a shoulder block in the corner. Didn't connect, but Rhino came out charging.
Well, Rhino again just used everything he had now. He can hear him over there with the crowd cheering him. He's wanting to get over. You got the Truth, you got Devon, you got the other way. And here comes the former 2-time NWA champion.
Ron, the Truth Killings, unloading. The right hands for everybody.
Oh, he's been ready to go. He's the one person that's got the most rest, I think, when this whole thing started. And look at him just take it. Oh, what a shot to the head of Jarrett.
Now, the Wildcat going to try and shoot Killings off. But the revitalized Truth reverses and counters and drops him with that spinning forearm shot. Rocket Storm with those right hands.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, no.
The monster is in position right there.
You're anticipating the same thing that I am.
Here he goes. Oh, the Truth heard it coming. I guess it's easy to hear 350 pounds, and then he kicks him out of the ring.
Drop kick sends the monster to the floor. Killings gonna take him up. Oh, wow.
What a jawbreaker that was.
Pin to Jarrett. Luckily for the save.
The second time he came in at the very right moment.
And here we go again. All 8 men in the battle. Action in the ring. Team 3D. And Jarrett, now 3D headed out to the floor. Wait a minute. Mitchell just passed in the guitar to Jarrett.
We knew it was a war, and here he goes. He's got it hidden from the referees, keeping it away from him.
Killings, Rhino. Who's got their name on the guitar?
Oh, he misses. He gets the split. Gore!
He gored the guitar right out of Jarrett's hands.
Oh, black hole slam right there by Abyss.
Abyss dropped Rhino with that big slam. Here comes the truth.
Oh, they both go tumbling right over the rail, right over the ring, onto the mat, right in front of the rail.
Brother Ray's got Jarrett. Left first, series of them.
Oh, had a little few words right there for him, and he scooped him up. Bam, down he goes.
Big slam by Brother Ray. Where's Devon? Devon from the top. Gail Kim in. Gail Kim.
Oh, look at her right there. Boy, she has been something. She sacrificed herself so many times. You got to admire her dedication.
What's this? Jackie in.
Jackie's going to get a shot right here. And a little revenge.
What the hell?
It did.
Go wide.
Oh, we got Drew. Go wide. Go wide. There we go. Oh, double splits. Man, oh, man. Jackie getting a little revenge herself right there.
Jackie now. Get the tables. You can't do this in an 8-man tag.
You don't have.
No, Abyss has got Jackie. He's got her choked. Look out.
Oh, no. Oh, when you saw Devon just in time to break it up. And look at the 3D. What a shot.
Team 3D hits the 3D on the monster Abyss. Oh, Harrison with the double sledge for Devon. Now it's AMW and Team 3D. Swing and a miss, clothesline, super kick.
What a super kick right there.
Yeah, that thing was right on the money.
Oh, wait a minute. Are they going to go for the death sentence?
Looks like what they're motioning for.
They're going to try to finish it right here.
The patented
They
finish.
got him.
Harris from the
They
top.
got him. They hit it.
Death sentence by AMW on Brother Devon. Quickly, Killings in.
You could see Storm couldn't finish it off right there. He saw the truth. He knew it would have been suicide, and now they were able to get out of the way and double team Ron the Truth Killings.
Now AMW, both Harris and Storm. They've got Ron the Truth Killings positioned over in the far corner.
Oh, wait a minute, what are they doing? Oh, wait a minute, don't tell me.
The handcuffs, it's gotta be.
They did. Oh, wait a minute, somehow Ron the Truth Killings turned it around.
Harris is handcuffed. Harris got handcuffed with his own cuffs.
Oh, Ron the Truth Killings, what a great counter move.
Axe kick.
1, 2, got it.
Well, no. The referee got pulled out.
Oh, what happened?
Jarrett pulled the ref out. You didn't see it. The camera was in too tight.
Oh, but you can see the truth going right after Jarrett right there.
Jarrett pulled the referee out just as he was going to count 3. The match is still alive. Both teams still battling in this war.
Man, it's every time you think it's over, something else happens, and oh, what a nice counter there by Jeff Jarrett.
Back body drop by Jarrett on the Truth. Gonna wind him up for the stroke.
Here we countered again by the Truth.
Killings fights it off. Jarrett's finisher countered by Killings.
That was somehow Wildcat was able to stop the.
Yeah, even though he's
impeded
handcuffed.
him.
And Jarrett hit the stroke.
1, 2, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, America's Most Wanted, the Monster Abyss, and the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett.
See, there's no book written on how to promote wrestling. There's no book out there. You know, you got a lot of experts, but nobody's going to invest millions and millions of dollars to test the theory. I mean, there's a lot of people out there say, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Well, you know, they're armchair quarterbacks. I mean, that's easy to say that. But when you lay your money down, that's when you say, okay. And Panda Energy, when they laid the money down, they said, okay, we're going to gamble on this guy here. They gambled on Jeff. Man, I didn't think it was a gamble.
Like I said, me and my father started the company, but to finance a wrestling organization, you got to have deep pockets. And a buddy of mine was CEO of Hell South, Richard's Cruci. Since then, he's turned down some hard times.
We got a phone call basically one afternoon saying, you know, we're pulling out. And Jeff and I were talking on the phone with this company, and we immediately, instead of saying, well, that's it, we're quitting, we went to see what we can do to make it work. You know, how can we work around this? And that was again and again and again, the first, not just the first year, the first 3 months. It was, what do we do? How do we get to the next step? How do we live another day? And Jeff never, ever gave up.
There's a company called Trivecta that Andy Barton and Dixie Carter owned. I went into them, hired them as the PR firm, and Dixie was tenacious. She had a zest, a drive to literally get out there and shake the bushes and do what it took. In my opinion, what a blessed decision that was, that it came down to 2 different organizations in this town, and Ron Harris went to the company, and it's a funny story. In the original meeting with Dixie and her team and me and my team, it came out that me and Dixie lived in the exact same apartment complex in 1990 out in Las Colinas, Texas, right there in Dallas by the airport. Her mother's maiden name is Jarrett. There's a lot. It was meant to be, without a doubt. Very blessed to have the Carter family in my life.
The president of a booking agency in town, who I was very dear friends with, approached me and said that there was a company interested in talking to my company about representing them. You know, I thought twice. I had watched wrestling when I was younger and followed it. Being from Dallas, you know, it was very, very big there. My brother and I watched it growing up. But I had gotten away from it in recent years. Actually, I was not a big fan of what was out currently in the product. So I approached it as just any business opportunity. And from the very first minute of that meeting, I was taken back by the group of people in there. You know, Jeff stood out. I mean, he was, he had it together. He was, you know, he's everything you wouldn't think the public might perceive a wrestler to be. He was articulate and was clean cut, and you can tell a very good family man from the moment I met him. But the interesting thing about Jeff was, you know, I've worked with all kinds of celebrities, you know, athletes and singers and things such as that, but, you know, rarely does somebody ever step out onto the other side. And, you know, he had an idea on that side of the business, and that's a rare gift in somebody who has that creative performer side of them, and that's what they do first and foremost. And that struck me in Jeff from the first time I met him.
Dixie's father, Bob Carter, and Panda Energy International became my new partners. Truly, the rest is history. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of trying times.
And we can definitely say that Jeff Jarrett took a chance when he started up TNA, because I know from being there since the beginning that, you know, with the pay-per-views, went up for our first pay-per-view that showed in some places and didn't the others, when he got screwed by this guy who was supposed to be helping us out and lost hundreds and thousands of dollars because of this idiot. You know, that was a big blow, and it was Jeff's money. You know, I can't, that's hard for anybody.
But it was truly meant to be. TNA, I'm blessed. This company is blessed. Anybody who gets a paycheck out of this company is truly blessed.
It's time to go to war at Lockdown. It's Lethal Lockdown, because up next, it's Jeff Jarrett's Army to face Sting's Warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Lethal Lockdown match. Your referee is Earl Hebner. In this match, there will be 2 teams with 4 members each. 1 competitor from each team will compete for an initial period of 5 minutes. Per the coin flip earlier tonight, the first 5-minute period after, the rest of the competitors will enter at 2-minute intervals. Only when all 8 men are in the 6 sides of steel and the roof of the cage lowers can Lethal Lockdown begin. During Lethal Lockdown, the first man to score a pinfall or submission will claim victory for their team. And introducing, representing Team Jarrett, accompanied to the ring by Gail, Kim, and Jackie, he is one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Wildcat Chris Harris.
Well, we now Team Jarrett. It's the Wildcat Chris Harris. Right here in the face of Don West. DW, don't get perturbed. Stay on focus.
Scares the heck out of me every time he comes out here.
It's going to be the Wildcat Chris Harris to start it off for Team Jarrett. Jarrett's Army in the opening 5 minutes. Who's Sting going to send out to counter Chris Harris? Gail Kim and Jackie, you know they're going to have problems.
One thing about it, they're going to have to be on the outside of this cage.
Gail Kim just loves to boss Jackie around, make her subservient. Who's going to be the opponent in the initial 5 minutes for Chris Harris? Let's find out now.
And the first representative of Sting's Warriors from Gainesville, Georgia, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Think about this, Mike. These two guys are going to be inside this cage longer than anybody in this match. They've got to face off with each other for 5 minutes. And then in 2-minute intervals, they'll be sending other wrestlers. The bottom line is, though, that Team Jarrett won the coin toss. So at all times, they're going to have a 2-on-1 advantage. When they get their man sent in, AJ Styles is going to have a tough task because he can't be pinned until the ceiling's down, but he can sure be beaten before that ceiling's lowered.
I love the pre-match comments from the phenomenal AJ Styles in regards to Sting and his teammates. You know, he said Sting has that kind of power, that kind of clout, that he could pick anybody. He could choose anyone to join him in the Lethal Lockdown. You know that AJ, Ron the Truth Killings, the War Machine Rhino, the last thing that they want to do is let down Sting.
Oh, you're right. I mean, think about that. That'd be like Larry Bird coaching in a basketball game. You know what I mean? You don't want to let him down. He's such a legend. He's such an icon. And I look at that team that Sting has picked, and it's full of champions, full of guys that have held multiple different kinds of belts, and they're going to have to really work together. The only thing that alarms me is somebody with the agility of the phenomenal AJ Styles. What will this cage do to him? Will it ground him? Will it keep him, you know, not able to do the things that we see him do so well?
Well, you're right. Will it limit the incredible high-risk offense of the phenomenal AJ Styles? I don't know, Don. We've seen AJ in the past inside 6 sides of steel, and the way that he can improvise and improv during a match, it's almost as if he can adapt to the circumstances here, and he can use the steel cage to the advantage. You see the clock, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, as we near 4 minutes in this opening 5-minute segment.
You don't win the Triple Crown in TNA without being able to improvise. This guy's held every single belt more than once that TNA has. Oh, what a drop kick! AJ Styles just cleaned him, and you can see that look on his face. Oh, he wants to perform for Sting so well.
That Triple Crown, that statement can be made about just one man, AJ Styles. NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Tag Team Champion, X Division title holder as well. And he's taking the offense to the Wildcat now. Going to take him face first and send him right into the steel cage, and then those right hands.
And he's held each of those titles at least twice. Wow. Oh, man, but think about the power. This is somebody that's held a lot of belts himself. Wildcat Chris Harris, no stranger to gold. I mean, the most decorated tag team in TNA history. This man's one member of it.
And looking to exploit the physical advantage that he has here. Picked up Styles, rammed him back first into the side of the cage, and now has him in, just tossed him again right up against the 6 sides of steel.
Each of these guys know that their job is to wear down these other guys so that when the cage comes down, you have an advantage. And it is going to be very important, especially for the team that will have a man advantage, every other man coming out, and that'll be Team Jarrett, that they use that man advantage so that when the ceiling does drop and the weapons will come, they're in much better shape. And AJ Styles able to counter.
Drop toe hold by Styles, goes airborne and drops the knee right across the back and the back of the head of the Wildcat Chris Harris. Just made a huge point. that pre-match coin flip, the coin toss. You heard Larry Zbyszko from the championship committee. He talked about it earlier. It was won by Team Jarrett, Jarrett's Army, and as a result, throughout this match, you will see where the numbers game will be impacting the match severely, and it's going to be to the advantage in many instances of Team Jarrett as Gail Kim looks on from ringside. Harris, Styles up to the top. Harris with punches. Styles with a series of kicks to the side of the leg, getting the better of the Wildcat.
That's how you bring somebody down right there. Kick that leg, make him drop off that rope. And look, he's got Wildcat caught in between the cage and the rope. That's where he wants him right here. This is his chance to take advantage because it's going to take him a little bit of time to get out of that.
We saw that earlier with Christian Cage. We saw him in that no man's land position.
Oh!
What we talked about earlier with AJ, he will find a way to use the 6 sides of steel to his advantage. Going to go at him again and just smashed him, just squashed him right up against the cage.
Oh, he knows he's got Wildcat, and he also knows that he's going to be at a man's disadvantage in a minute.
Great
so
point.
he wants to make sure that he's got Wildcat subdued, so that for the 2 minutes he has to face the next opponent, it's one-on-one and not two-on-one.
Maybe the most important aspect of the early going of this matchup is just that. Wear down Chris Harris, so that when the next member of Jarrett's Army sent out for the 2-on-1
There is 1
advantage,
minute left in the initial 5-minute period. 1 minute.
we are under 1 minute to find out who is going to join this matchup next, who's going to enter lethal lockdown from Jarrett's Army. Styles going to try and shoot him off and does. Back first into the corner. Here comes AJ.
Oh, AJ has got the momentum, has got the advantage, and I just want to reiterate to those that are watching, even when it is look at the strength. Oh, catatonic! Oh, he hits the catatonic! He nails the catatonic, and that'll stop your momentum in a hurry.
The blood flowing from the head of the Wildcat, Chris Harris, but still able to dig down deep. His patented finishing move, the catatonic, but there's nothing to finish at this point in the match. Only when all 8 men are inside the cage, and only when that cage roof lowers. Referee Hebner down for the pin, but that has no impact. There's the Styles clash by AJ as the final seconds tick off. You can count all you want, but it's not going to impact the match.
Representing Jarrett's Army, Cowboy James Storm.
And here comes the other half of America's Most Wanted. Got that beer bottle in hand, Gail Kim, to greet the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm as he comes down the ramp. Think of the advantage now that Team Jarrett has. Certainly the numbers game, 2-on-1, but at the same time, you've got a team that's worked together for years. You've got America's Most Wanted, Harrison, Storm against AJ. Great move by AJ. Oh, to drop kick the door. The gate swung wide open. Storm, he didn't get hit, but Gail Kim got knocked down. God.
And what a shot she took right there. Man, oh man. It's brutal, and you can see the advantage right here that AMW has on them. Oh.
Hey, Storm, the fresh man. I mean, the other two had just battled for 5 minutes, and Storm comes right into the ring and takes AJ and flings him right into the side of the cage. Storm's got him up.
Looking for a little. Goes at the eye of the storm, and he hits it dead on. You can see just pounding him on the back. Now, this is so important right now for Team Jarrett, because if you take somebody as valuable as AJ Styles out of this matchup, it really makes a difference. And look at him just raking that face across the steel cage right there.
Chris Harris, he's been opened up, and now the phenomenal AJ Styles bleeding from the head as well. It's just no way you can avoid it when it's kind of a battleground. Lethal lockdown inside the 6 sides of steel, and AJ fighting back courageously.
Doing everything that he can right there to somehow hold on till he gets another man to help him. And look at the teamwork that AMW does so well. Oh, man, AJ just got a wicked shot to the mat.
Clock winding down under 15 seconds until the next member of Sting's Warriors will join AJ and even it up at 2-2.
Who's it gonna be?
Let's find out now.
Representing Sting's Warriors,
Well, you can see Rhino didn't waste 1 second. He knew he had to get in there because his partner AJ is down on that mat and took a beating. And Machine just coming in like a house of fire and tearing it up inside the cage.
We're even up now at 2 versus 2. 2 members of Jarrett's team, 2 members of Snake Haven. Yeah, the War Machine, Rhino taking it to both members of AMW. Harris up, spinebuster down.
What a wicked spinebuster. And it's so important for Rhino to take advantage of the situation that he's fresh and they're not. He's got 2 minutes in which to cause massive destruction, and he's got to do it. He's not going to get any help from AJ right now.
Gonna go for the gore.
He's setting it up. Oh, but he misses as Storm able to get out of the way and throws him into that cage.
Tennessee Cowboy James Storm able to sidestep the attempt at the gore from the War Machine Rhino, and he just crashed right into the side of the cage. Harris, oh man, vicious, lethal lariat. What a clothesline knockdown style. That'll take your breath away.
Oh man, you can see how busted open AJ Styles is. Oh, and what combination there as Storm throws Wildcat into Rhino, and he takes that boot right into the face, right into the cage.
And as we go under 40 seconds until the next man joins this lethal lockdown matchup, the advantage is to AMW here. The advantage is to Team Jarrett, and in less than 30 seconds, they're going to have the numbers game as well, because it'll be 3-on-2 for Jarrett's Army.
And it looks like everything that they're wanting to do is working, and I'm telling you, we talked about how dangerous this cage is because there is no give on it. Look at this, it looks like even James Storm is busted open from the shot he took.
9,
Everybody that hits that cage, it acts like a, like I said, a cheese grater from that bitch. Oh, he hits the Pele on top of Storm.
the next participant, representing.
Well, you can see it's Jeff Jarrett coming down, and Rhino wasn't even going to let him get in. Now his thing is broken outside of the cage as they went right after the champ. The former champion, busted it right there, the king of the mountain, getting one shot after the other from the War Machine and the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Rhino and Styles, repeated shots to the head of Jarrett. They've got him right here against the broadcast table. And now they're going to toss him right inside the cage. Talk about taking it to your opposition. It's exactly what Rhino and AJ just did to Jarrett.
Well, that's exactly what you have to do, but once they got inside the cage there, Jarrett able to get the momentum back, get to his feet. And a lot of that has to do that he's just the fresher man in this situation, but I do like the way that AJ Styles and Rhino came right after him.
Really, if you think about it, the perfect counter to the numbers game. You wear down AMW, you broke through the cage door, you take it right to Jarrett on the ramp, and it worked for the first minute. But now the 3-on-2, and Jarrett's Army back in charge.
You know, it's almost like they had that plan waiting right there. As soon as that cage was open to let somebody in, they were flying out of there to go after him. But again, it's now, like you said, 3-on-2 for the next 38 seconds.
And again, keep in mind, until all 4 members of both teams are inside the cage, and only at that point does lethal lockdown begin. And at that point, you win by pinfall or submission. Jarrett has really turned this in the favor of his team, the 3-on-2, and the king of the mountain, the fresh man, and it's all Jarrett's Army.
Numbers game has worked out to their advantage. So important right here for Sting Warriors to somehow get things status quo.
Who's going to even it up 3-3? Let's find out now.
Representing Sting Warriors, Ron the Truth Kelly.
Wise choices as partners by Sting. All 3 men, Don, they've been to the top. NWA World Heavyweight Champions, all 3. And this is the freshest of the men, Ron the Truth Killings, unloading with right hands.
And he knows he's got to come in there on fire. He knows he's got 2 minutes to do a lot of damage, because then he's going to be outnumbered. And that's exactly what the Truth is doing. Just going after him, using his athleticism, setting him up, and taking him down. Nice kick right there.
Sensational float over, then the splits, and you're right. Then the leg lariat drops him, and Ron the Truth Killings, didn't see the Wildcat from behind. Harris caught him, gonna elevate him up. Killings fights it off.
Strength right there, but oh, man, he busted him one right in the jaw. That's how you do that. Ron the Truth, this is great right here as he's getting it set up, because we know Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner's coming out next, and I wouldn't want to be inside a ring with him for 2 minutes. Wait a minute, phenomenal AJ AJ Styles going up top.
Where's AJ going? To the top of the cage. 45 seconds. We know it's Scott Steiner. Just by means of deduction, it's the last member of Jarrett's army. He's going to be the fourth man.
Obviously, he was going up there to get him some kind of like maybe a frog splash or something. But you can see Storm, you can see
Jarrett.
Jarrett.
Look out for Rhino and the Truth underneath.
Oh, they're all going over there.
No! AJ trying to hang on to the cage. Up from underneath the Wildcat. Tower of Doom.
Look at this. Oh, no. Oh, what a shot. They tumble down. And AJ gets the brunt of it for being the man up top. Oh, man. Oh, man, AJ, it was high risk.
4, 3, 2,
God,
1.
what a bad landing that was for Styles.
And a final member of Jarrett's army, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner.
Oh, God. Here comes Scott Steiner. You know, we've seen this hired assassin, Don, on several occasions attack people because Jarrett sent him out there. But this is his in-ring debut for TNA, and he goes, oh, man, belly to belly, overhead release suplex on the War Machine Rhino. They're crazy.
Oh, he gets flogged. AJ like a stack of potatoes and thinking the advantage after the Tower of Doom. He had all the guys laying down, and he's able to just come in there and clean house. And man, is he cleaning house.
Oh, bodies being tossed all over the ring by Big Papa Pump, elevated up. God, he just flung him right against the side of the cage. That was AJ he just tossed.
I mean, he has just come in there using his strength with those gigantic arms and just one after another, and this is the perfect game plan. Have these guys so that when Sting comes out here, he won't have much help. And took him from the top of the rope. Oh, man, was that wicked.
The largest arms and the shortest fuse in professional wrestling. Big Papa Pump, the big booty daddy, Scott Steiner, has just turned this thing totally in the control of Jarrett's army. And we know, Don, we're 30 seconds away from you-know-who.
Oh, Sting can't get out here fast enough because it has become a total beatdown at this situation. Look how busted open the War Machine is. Everybody, it seems, is just tore up in there as Jarrett's army is taking it to town. Oh, man, AJ, what more can he have in him?
Think of the punishment that AJ Styles has gone through,
10,
Don.
9,
We're 9 seconds away from
7,
Sting
6,
to even it up
5,
and drop down the
4,
roof.
3, 2, 1.
And here he is.
This is Sting.
I hope he can get in there in time because he's got a lot of work to do.
Open up that door and turn him loose. Here comes Sting.
You can see everybody waiting on him, but Sting comes in just throwing the legs, throwing the arms, anything to create a little bit of space.
Steiner dropped. Attention turned to Jarrett, king of the mountain, face first into the steel.
Oh, he's just putting them all inside the cage. One right after another against it. Oh, man, as you can see, the Cowboy takes a shot right there.
Now, Sting and Steiner, and he just dropped him with the big right hand. There goes AMW, stacked up in the corner. Sting up, inverted atomic drop for Scott Steiner.
Here any second, the ceiling is going to lower.
That's the key. Sting stacking them all up in the corner. All 4 members of Jarrett's army stacked in the corner.
And here he goes.
Look out!
Oh, man, the Stinger splashes. Oh, 4 of them.
4-man Stinger splash. Hit him again, Stinger.
And they all go tumbling down.
Bring it down. Here we go. We're going to bring down the roof. The weapons hanging from the top of this incredible structure.
And now it is official. It's lethal lockdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, let the lethal lockdown begin.
Here we go. All 8 men inside the cage. The roof is dropped. The weapons are now in play. And it is first pinfall, first submission to win this match.
And it's going to get brutal. It's going to get bloody. It's going to get barbaric. as anything that they can get a hold of. And I don't know if you've seen everything that's on there. There's bats, guitars, handcuffs, chairs, garbage can lids. Even there's tables up on top there. There's a ladder you can
How about
see.
the baseball bat that Sting has? Truth off the top, and the top of that trash can just, I think, right into the head of Chris Harris.
And you can see these guys inside this cage, locked in. And wait a minute, what in the world?
What's going on up here?
As James Storm, there is one little area of space where you can wiggle out of.
And it looks like AJ Styles and James Storm are both headed to the...
What on earth are they doing?
What the hell are they doing? They're on top of the roof.
This is absolutely absurd.
No!
I'll tell you what, they'll find room to do anything.
Styles and Storm battling up on top of the cage. My God, they must be, what would you say, Don?
Oh, they're, what, 30
plus feet easily above the floor.
I mean, there's just one little opening that you can get through, and these two guys have done it.
You see Gail Kim. What the heck? What?
What is going on? What in the world is she trying to do?
Gail Kim up to the top of the cage.
AJ's got his...
I think he's got his finger right on her fingers.
Right in, look at this. Oh, man. You gotta like that. That's Jackie. Deep pants are right there.
Super kick by Storm. Oh, my God. He caught him with the super kick, and Styles fortunately landed up on top of the roof.
He was so close to falling off of that into the crowd. Wait a minute. Storm is setting up a table that's set up there.
You're right. James Storm, representing Jarrett's Army, going to put a table in place up on top of this, on the roof of this cage? Can you even do that?
Oh, this is absolutely insane.
No.
As the rest of the guys inside, they're also looking up, I think, trying to figure out what's going on. And there you see Sting. Oh, man, and think about the jarring that it does.
Styles, out of nowhere, did he catch him with the Pele?
He caught him right up there on top of the cage with it and landed him on top of the table.
He kicked him right in the head.
See Jarrett grabbing a guitar right there from the top. Is this just mayhem at this point?
It's what this is all about. But look at this, Sting's got a guitar.
They both got him. He's looking at him right with it. You think how many times he want to smash his head with a guitar.
Face to face, Sting and Jarrett, both with the weapons, both with the guitars in their hand. Uh-oh, Sting's picked up the baseball bat.
Oh, he busted, you knew. Hit guitar versus bat, guitar loses. Every time.
Oh, get him, get him. Wrap that guitar right around his neck. Give him a guitar necktie right now.
Oh, low blow right there by Scott Steiner, and it comes in just in time.
Boy, if there's ever been a match where you do
Wait a minute.
No.
Looking at the top up there.
What the hell is AJ thinking?
He's got him a ladder. He's trying to set it up.
No.
What on earth?
AJ, you gotta have second thoughts about this.
I mean, that would put him about 50 feet above the ground. No way.
I mean, can that ladder, can the roof even hold that ladder?
I don't even know. This is absolutely absurd.
AJ, no.
This is absurd.
No, AJ, get down. What?
No way can this happen.
He's on the truss. He's on the steel structure. He's on the truss.
Crazy.
He must be 50 feet above the roof.
Crazy. And he smashes him through the table.
My God.
That was the craziest, most insane thing I've ever seen.
It's unfreaking believable.
It is unreal. He climbed up the ladder, got to the highest point.
God, we gotta take another look at this.
Look at this.
He climbed up the ladder, he hung from the steel support from the truss, and look at this, he crashed right down through the table.
They're both wiped out after that, and now all the action's going inside. This crowd appreciates it, but I don't believe we just saw it.
Action, focus now, back inside the ring, truth cover. 2, no, Jarrett for the save at 2.
Just in time, he was able to. Mike, have you ever seen anybody that high up from the floor in your history of doing this?
Never. Look out, stroke.
Right into the chair.
Jarrett, the king of the mountain, just hit the stroke, but Rhino just scored him. Rhino just scored Jarrett. Oh, Big Papa Pump.
Oh, man, he suplexes them back behind him, and this is just, it's become a battle, and they're just beating everybody with everything they can find.
Steiner recliner, submission hold applied on Rhino. If Rhino taps out, Jarrett's Army wins it. Sting!
Oh, just in time, Sting's able to hit it.
Scorpion death drop on Big Papa Pump, but he doesn't see Harris. He never saw him, and Harris decked him.
Oh, he had the handcuffs in his hand. Think about it, it's like brass knuckles. He just caught Sting square in the face and then plants him down.
Bodies just laid out everywhere. I mean, Chris Harris is the only man standing at this point. Look at this. He's going to lock on them. Oh, look at this. He's going to try and beat Sting with his own move. He's got it applied. The Scorpion's hooked in.
Sting's trying to get to the ropes. Anything he can do to break it. You can see the pain on his face. He's fighting for everything he's got. Is he going to tap out?
Pinfall or submission to win it. Sting's got to fight through the pain. He can't tap.
He grabbed his ankle. What a move. What a counter.
He's got him in it. Scorpion. Scorpion.
He's got him held up. Can he do it? You can see.
He tapped. He tapped. He tapped.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, AJ Styles, Rhino, Ron the Truth Killings, and Sting, Sting's Warriors!
They did it! He was able to counter and get the win!
When you hear about a wrestling organization, it's normally a fly-by-night. It's normally here today, gone tomorrow. It's normally one of those things where somebody's trying to make a quick buck. You know, a lot of investors come in right at the beginning, and a lot of times, normally the promoter take that money and run.
I wasn't sure if it was going to make it. It was one of those chances. Just thought that Jeff was going to start this promotion, get a couple of pay-per-views out of it.
I was very skeptical that there would be room for another promotion. And I think it took not only a lot of faith, but a lot of real deep down courage.
To me, at the time, you know, along with a lot of other people, I thought, man, hard to go against that giant up in Stanford. Hard. I said, I wish you all the success in the world, but it's hard to buck that.
The original concept of TNA didn't succeed, but it gave birth to the concept that did. So, all in all, I was hoping, if there's somebody named Jarrett involved, I've got hope. I would love to see it succeed. Not sure about it.
I remember all the critics at that point, all the journalists were saying that, you know, this thing's probably going to last a couple of months. And, you know, to be honest, I'm not sure that I really, in my heart, thought that it would go much longer than that. And boy, some 7 years later, have I been pleasantly surprised.
Oh, gosh. What was my response from the wrestling community when I told them, or when they knew I was going to start a new wrestling company? If anybody tells you they didn't do anything but gut laugh, they're a bald-faced liar. I never heard of one person that said they had confidence in us outside of the organization. Not one. But it's probably rightfully so. There's a lot of people in the graveyard. There's a lot of wrestling promoters in the graveyard that didn't get off the ground.
There's no doubt in my mind that, A, you've got to have someone with a vision who won't let it die. And I think that's what Jeff Jarrett's all about. Great partnership, able to work in Panda Energy and Dixie Carter and of course Bob Carter. Do you have to have the financial backing? So many things startup companies don't understand is they've had the plan in their head, I believe, but you know, there's so many other parts to it.
The wrestling business is tough. There's a reason why there's only 2 wrestling promotions in the black today in the United States. There really is a reason why. It ain't easy. You got to know what you're doing. You cannot get into it with illusions of grandeur that you're going to get rich overnight, that you're going to be greedy and steal from these guys that go out and literally risk their life night in, night out, or that you're going to become famous overnight. You can't look at it that way. It's a business, and this business is so easy to get caught up in.
I can't wait for this one. King of the Mountain, Big Papa Pump, against the legend that is Sting and the undefeated Samoan submission machine.
Ladies and gentlemen, TNA Sacrifice continues with the following tag team contest. Introducing team number 1 first. From Detroit, Michigan, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner.
I'll tell you, it is such an impressive sight, Mike. Whenever you look at this man and you see those broad shoulders and look at those arms. The biggest arms, the shortest fuse. He's somebody that you would think would be able to go in and annihilate anybody, but as we know, Samoa Joe is not just anybody, and I'm going to be anxious to see these two guys lock up, not to mention Jarrett Sting.
Has there ever been a better description, a more dead-on description of an individual than what you just said about Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner? Biggest arms, shortest fuse. Jarrett's tag team partner, first to the ring. Big Papa Pump's ready for a tag team matchup, that we've been waiting for since we heard about it this Thursday on Impact.
And his tag team partner accompanied to the ring by Gail Kim from Nashville, Tennessee, the King of the Mountain, Jarrett!
One of the questions, and maybe it's the most important one, that we will answer in this tag team matchup. It was brought to us, that seed of doubt, by Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner earlier in their pre-match interview. They said, can Sting and Samoa Joe trust each other? Is there going to be that trust factor between the two? Jarrett and Steiner say no. They point to the fact that Sting and Samoa Joe had separate dressing rooms tonight. We're going to find out if Sting and Joe are on the same page, because we know that the King of the Mountain and his hired assassin, Big Papa Pump, they're thinking in concert. They're simpatico.
And their opponents introducing first. He is the X Division champion, the undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe!
And here he comes, the Samoan submission machine, and you ask the question, will these two work together? But you know what? I don't think you should read into them being in separate dressing rooms. These guys are private individuals, and they're going to do whatever it takes to personally get ready.
Hold that thought, Don. I'm just getting word that we will have the tiebreaker for the World X Cup this Thursday. Spike TV's Impact. Larry Zbyszko says we're going to put the USA captain Chris Sabin in the ring. We're going to put the Canadian captain Petey Williams. US Canada, they're going to decide it this Thursday. Spike TV, the Impact broadcast, it'll determine who wins the World X Cup.
And his tag team partner from Venice Beach, California, weighing 251 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sting!
Just let that milk in for a minute.
You're not kidding. It feels so good just to lay out and hear the reaction of this crowd here in the Impact Zone.
The big question that everybody wants to know. Sting, Joe. Joe has always been aloof. He's always been a man who beats by his own drum. I never even fathomed that he would be a partner with Sting, Mike. But once they decided to do it, I can think of nothing but.
But not at the same time, and I don't know if it's because Jarrett and Steiner were planting that seed of doubt in our minds, in the minds of Samoa Joe and Sting, but if you think back to the times here in TNA where Samoa Joe has been involved in a tag team match, and it's not many times, but Don, the one thing that I can remember and one thing that I can recall is Samoa Joe always had communication problems. Not a cohesive unit with his tag team partners in the past. I can remember a specific instance where he walked out on the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels as his partner.
Oh, I remember he turned on him and beat the living crap out of him one time. He did it another time with Alex Shelley. He never gets along with his partner, but I still deep down feel that even somebody like Samoa Joe respects a legend like Sting enough to be able to work with him. And I think sometimes you have to, well, what do we always say? It makes for strange bedfellows. And this is a chance for Joe to prove to the world he's so much more than the X division. And what better way to do that than by embarrassing the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, or Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner.
Jarrett and Steiner kept talking about that trust factor, or maybe the mistrust factor between Joe and Sting, but I really like the words from Joe. He said he's here to complete a task, he's here to do a job, and he's going to take care of business in that ring. Didn't need to have a sing-along with Sting, didn't need to get together with him beforehand, and at the same time, he sort of zeroed in on Big Papa Pump. Samoa Joe said, yes, Scott Steiner, you've got a hell of a reputation, but that's how Samoa Joe can enhance his reputation, can make his by killing Big Papa Pump's rep.
Oh, this is a great way to start this off. I mean, we've been waiting for these two to face each other one-on-one in the ring. And you see, and I mean, take a look at, I swear, every week that you see Sting, he looks more prepared and more ready. You can tell he's working out religiously, getting himself in the best shape imaginable. He's loving being back in the ring. He'll tell you anytime you ask him. He loves the feel and the smell of the building, he says. And look at this, he is fired up and just using muscle right there on Jarrett.
Oh, you're right. Oh, Jarrett, open hand slap. Show of the ultimate disrespect to the side of the face of Sting in a second time after Sting had overpowered Jarrett down twice and I think embarrassed him in the process by throwing him down.
Man,
no impact at all, Jarrett.
Man, those are some wicked rights though by Jarrett. Sting took every one of them. I mean, just took them and now he's giving them right back.
Oh, you're right, and then fights back with right hand after right hand, and now face first goes Jarrett. Sting grabs him by the back of the head and the neck and just drives him right down into the canvas.
Man, that is Jeff Jarrett right now does not like the way this started. He just got it handed to him. He gave Sting some of his best shots. Sting not only took him, he turned him right around on Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett, I think, needs to get a tag into Scott Steiner and get his bearings.
However, a smart move by the King of the Mountain, Jarrett, able to roll out to the floor. It not only stops the offensive attack of Sting, it slows him down, and it enables Jarrett to regroup. He comes back in, and you talked about the tag to Big Papa Pump. Well, here we go. Scott Steiner now legal. Scott Steiner in against Sting.
Well, it's you know, there's no sense to be too proud out there. You got to work together. I mean, you're looking at somebody who is taking the wrestling world by storm, and Joe, and of course a legend like Sting. You don't want to play your cards too soon. You got to work together as a team.
Steiner, series of chops to the chest of Sting. Shoots him off, and as he charges in, Sting gets the big boot up, drops him, caught him right in the top of the head. Sting in a now position, Steiner back out, rolls him, oh, and then crashes down across his chest.
Nice shot right there. Oh, and you saw Jarrett coming in, and he just kind of did a drop toe hold on him, and Jarrett went right on top of Steiner.
Look at this, Sting, high risk early on.
Wow!
He took down both two for the price of one.
Absolutely went to the top of the ropes there and brought them both down. I'm telling you, it's bringing out the best of everybody right now. Steiner's outside the ring, and Jarrett's outside the ring.
Incredible opening minutes flurry by Sting has Jarrett, Steiner, the King of the Mountain, and Big Papa Pump totally on the defensive.
You can see right there, look at Sting, just setting it up, and here's the tag.
Oh, baby, this is what we've been waiting for, too. Here we go. Samoa Joe, the unbeaten Samoan submission machine, gonna square off with Big Papa Pump.
Oh, listen to this crowd, they're all screaming at Steiner. Joe's gonna kill you. It's hard to imagine anybody can do that to a man the size of Scott Steiner. We don't know that he can, but we've been thinking about it.
You can just feel the level of anticipation. Oh, he pie-faced Steiner.
Wow, he's not gonna back down for a second. What a wise choice by Sting. Somebody not intimidated at all.
And now they square off, and Steiner caught him first with the boot. Sent him face first into the top turnbuckle, and then comes back with a series of chops to the chest of Joe.
Man, look at the power. Look at these shots by Scott Steiner.
Oh, and Joe stacks him up and turns him around the corner. And look at Joe with shot after shot, and he's got Steiner reeling.
One right after another, these guys trading off. One thing Joe doesn't want to do, and that's underestimate that man.
Did you see that?
Suplex.
Did you see that?
What a suplex.
Belly to belly. Release overhead suplex by Steiner on Samoa Joe. And you don't see Samoa Joe taking over with that kind sign of ease very often, if ever.
Well, look at his face. It looks like he's rattled a little bit. And I was just getting ready to say that. If you underestimate a man of the quality and caliber of Scott Steiner, it's going to cost you. Joe did right there. He better regroup and look at these guys lock up.
Yeah, these two big bulls locking up once again. Steiner able to move him off into the corner. A knee and chops again, but Joe turns him around again. Second time, and now the forearm shots. Look at Steiner's head go back with each time that Joe connects with that forearm.
Oh, man, Joe relentless right there. Oh, what a shot by Steiner. Man alive, is he standing tall and strong.
On display, ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing an exhibit of pure power versus pure power. Big Papa Pump, you're right, drop that elbow. Samoa Joe now going to try and get back in the battle, but Steiner cuts him off. First the boot, then the series of clubbing blows to the back.
Well, one of my questions has kind of been answered. It's how good of a team would these two be? I think that they need to be tagging a little quicker. Right now, it's just kind of posturing, but look at Joe, and then he goes up and nails him with the kick, and he comes up.
Here comes Joe!
Oh, what a shot!
But Steiner stayed on his feet.
Oh,
he caught him again, but he can't take him down.
Oh.
And Jarrett caught him from outside with the knee.
Another one!
That's 280 plus pounds that Steiner is taking overhead with that suplex. That's amazing.
I mean, he's done it twice, both times, and then he just tosses Joe out.
Wow.
I tell you, that just goes to show you how strong Steiner is.
Jarrett, cheap shot on the outside. Sting immediately comes to check on his partner. Jarrett now going to take Joe and toss the unbeaten Samoan submission machine into the ring, right into that hired assassin, and Steiner goes for the lateral press, but just a 2 count. Joe gets that shoulder up with ease.
Now look at the tag right there. These guys working together. And Joe's got to be getting a little wore out right there. I mean, I'm not seeing somebody. Nice drop kick right to the chin of Samoa Joe. Jeff Jarrett nailed it.
Yeah, that top boot of Jarrett, that great leg extension as he just drove it directly into the face of the man that they're chanting for in the impact zone. Good chance of Joe to try and get him fired up, but Jarrett caught him with a clothesline.
Samoa Joe's got to get a tag into the man called Sting.
You cocky, you arrogant. That's Jarrett with the Jarrett strut. Off the clothesline, going to try and fire Joe across, and does. Into the turnbuckles.
Look at that power! Caught him in midair! Professor, he just slammed his ass back on that man.
He just said, Jarrett, I got your clothesline. I got your clothesline right here.
And then he does the smart thing. He gets Sting involved. And look at Sting, one after another. Bang, bang, and he... Oh, no! It backfired on
Sting
Jarrett.
on Jarrett, cover, no! Steiner in for the save.
And what a matchup this has been. It's been everything and more.
You're not kidding. Physically, as well as this emotional response from this crowd at the Impact Zone.
Look at it, he's got a both of them.
Gonna go for the scorpion here on Jarrett. Turn him over and make him submit. Jarrett fighting him off, but now Sting. No, and he takes down Steiner with the clothesline.
Sting right now has got the momentum going his way.
Scorpion on Big Papa Pump.
Oh, what a shot he took right there. Another one. Can he hold on to it?
He is.
Not there.
Maintaining his grip on the hold through the repeated right hands by Jarrett, but the kick was just too much, and there's the DDT.
Man, Jeff Jarrett right there caught Sting, and that's the problem when you're out there 1-on-2. You're left out there, and it's a situation where he could sure use a tag to Joe in right now. They have got to figure out a way to tag each other a little quicker, I think.
You're right, it has been the difference maker in this matchup. The 2-on-1, and Steiner going to try and take advantage of it. Had the near leg hook, but not able to put away Sting.
I don't know. When you think about who's worked together better right now, I'd have to say Jarrett and Steiner have. Man, another belly-to-belly.
Pin, 2, no. Sting got the shoulder up just before the 3 count from Rudy Charles.
I'll tell you what, Scott Steiner, I think, feels like he's been the forgotten man in this whole group, and he's wanting to show everybody. Don't forget who he is and where he's come from. And him and Jeff Jarrett working together so well, and now Sting caught no man's land.
King of the Mountain putting the boots to Sting. shades of Ron Garvin there as he just starts at one point on Sting's body and puts the boots to him all the way around to the top, caught him in the head, and then the front face lock takes him down and neutralizes him.
Look how Jeff Jarrett is keeping his body between Sting and Samoa Joe. He knows that Samoa Joe, with a little rest like he's got, can be devastating, can be a force, and that's why Jarrett is keeping Sting away from him.
That is such a great point. That's the veteran Jeff Jarrett. Those years of ring experience that the King of the Mountain brings to TNA, and you're seeing it on display here. The front face lock, yes, it keeps Samoa Joe at bay from coming in at the same time, maintains their advantage against Sting.
But one thing about it, you've got to hold it. And a man like Sting, you're not going to hold for too long. As Sting gets to his feet, you can see Jarrett trying to turn him over. Sting fighting back, getting over there close. Can he get a tag in? Look at Joe leading out. He does!
Extends the hand and Samoa Joe's in. I'm not sure whether the referee saw it.
Oh, the referee didn't see it.
Because of
Steiner.
Steiner.
Be kidding.
Steiner distracted Rudy Charles. And with the referee on the far side of the ring, there was no way that he could just see through the bodies or even see through the tag. Missed the clothesline by Steiner twice. Sting off the ropes, mid-ring collision, and Steiner down. Sting to try and stay on his feet, but...
Oh, look at him. He's teetering, it looks like, right there.
Look out!
Oh, but he places it perfectly. If you're going to fall, make sure you know where you're going, and look at that. Ooh, mamma mia. That's how you bring down Big Papa Pump.
Now he's got to get Joe in.
Oh, he does.
This is the point where Sting needs to regroup, roll to his corner, get Samoa Joe back into this battle.
He had him in once, but referee Rudy Charles distracted by Scott Steiner, which is the experience that Scott Steiner and Jeff Jarrett bring to the table. No doubt about that. And you see Sting rolling over. Can he get it to tag? Yes, he does. And no, Jarrett wasn't ready for this.
Yeah, watch Jarrett beg off now. Puts on the brakes, backs up, can't avoid those chops.
Well, any questions on whether Joe's anything but the X Division have been answered. And then some. What a shot with the knee right there. Man.
280 pounds behind the knee, but Jarrett with the cheap shot. Joe able to fight through it. Catches him with the snap slam and the pin, but Steiner breaks it up.
Oh, you can see Steiner in here. And look at this, Joe showing his power, and he gets it right there the second time where Steiner's been hit in that very same spot. And now Samoa Joe hitting him with his weight.
Hit him with that backsplash, the senton. Then he gave him the one-finger salute right in his face. Jarrett from behind, however, catches Joe off guard. Never saw him coming, and now the double team from Big Papa Pump and the King of the Mountain.
Joe ducks it, though, and he takes the bolt out at one time.
Double clothesline. Jarrett and Steiner down. Joe signals for Sting to come into the ring. Looks like a cohesive unit to me. Looks like they're on the same page.
Well, as they've been going a little bit longer together, now they are working together, and man alive, Samoa Joe goes up, and then Sting with the splash. Wow.
One of his patented moves, Stinger splash in the corner. Sting! Oh! Sting just flew over the top, slingshot right down into Steiner, crashed into him on the floor. Action in the ring. Samoa Joe, Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, man!
Powered him down, pin.
2.
Whoa, Gail Kim. Gail Kim with interference from outside. Position the foot of Jarrett on the bottom ring rope. And Rudy Charles stopped his count at 2.
Unbelievable. She was in the right place at the right time. Man alive, that was over. It was over. Oh, look at the low blow by Jarrett.
Cheap shot by Jarrett. And here comes the stroke.
Oh, he hits it.
Goes Joe down to the mat. Jarrett can sense victory. Sting and Steiner battle out on the arena floor. Jarrett says it's over. He's got him finished. Here's the pin.
Taking way too much time, he did. He took way too much time there. Oh, wait a minute, outside, oh, man. I mean, Sting just threw Scott Steiner into the rail right in front of us. Steiner on the ground, and now you see Jarrett in the ring. Oh, man, right here.
God, right into the broadcast table goes Big Papa Pump. Action in the ring also. Jarrett's got Joe up on the middle rope. Is he going to go for that stroke from up top?
He's going to try to take him out from the top. If he hits this stroke, that'll do it. Oh, look at, he just kind of rolled out of there, and then he goes up and kicks him. He's got it, wait a minute.
Muscle Buster.
He's got him in the Muscle Buster.
Muscle Buster.
Can he hit it in?
Jarrett.
Wow. He's done it.
Cover.
1, 2, 3. Joe's done it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, Samoa Joe
stepped away a little bit. I think he's just kind of caught up in the emotion as you see Gail Kim leaning down over Jeff Jarrett. And look at this, look at the dynamics.
Here we go.
He's holding his hand out.
Extending
Take the hand.
Samoa Joe.
Take the hand. Oh, don't walk away, not after that. Come on, it was Sting that brought you in here. It was Sting that brought you in here for this matchup. Shake the hand.
Come on, Joe.
Yes!
That's it.
Yes!
That cements the relationship between these two, and it proves Jeff Jarrett wrong. It proves Scott Steiner wrong.
Man, Sting realized he made the right call. And right there, that mutual respect. Sting pointing to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe walking out victorious. What a night, what a match.
One of the most memorable moments, Don, in TNA's near 4-year history has just occurred.
Wait a minute, behind Sting.
It's Steiner.
It's Scott Steiner for the chair.
I can see it, he's got a chair. Sting has no idea.
Oh man, he just cracked him.
Did you hear it?
I heard it, I wonder if Joe heard it.
I mean, you had to hear it.
I don't know if he did, he's
What
walking
are you
away.
talking about? You can hear it all over the building.
I know it.
He could hear that all over the building. He cracked him in the head with a steel chair.
I can't believe this. Joe is just staying up there. He's not helping. Wait a minute, he's stopping. Oh, listen, the crowd calling him back. Jarrett's got the guitar. Come on, Joe.
Steiner.
Get back in the ring.
And Jarrett.
Oh, he's winding up.
Jarrett,
oh, no.
Look out. Jarrett's got the guitar. A helpless Sting.
Oh, my gosh, he just screamed him.
He heard that.
Heard that.
You had to hear that,
Oh,
Joe.
he heard that.
He had to hear it.
Here he comes. Joe turns around. Go in there and get him. Go in there and tear him apart. Why is he not moving?
The prone body of Sting with the guitar wrapped around his head, broken into pieces.
He's just walking away.
He walked out.
Get out of here.
He walked out on Sting. Jimmy Borash here backstage at Bound for Glory. We are just moments after the World Heavyweight title match between Jeff Jarrett and Sting here tonight. Jeff Jarrett losing the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Point blank, I'm going to ask you, did you underestimate Sting tonight?
You know, JB, for the first 10 minutes tonight, or more than half of that match, I had Sting's number. But there was something in that match, something almost, and not to get too heavy, something like transformed in him. I saw it when he walked down the aisle. That was a new Sting. Tonight, he was a better man. He was the better man.
Well, obviously, I'm guessing the first thing for you, rematch next month. What are you going to be looking for? Where do you go from here?
Home. That's where I go. I go home. In every athlete's career, there comes a time that you just got to step back and refocus and rethink on your career. You know, I've done more in this business than I've ever dreamed I'd do. A skinny punk kid, come as far as I have, carried a company on my back for 4.5 years, started it from scratch. But you know, along the way, maybe I've dropped the ball on some personal things. And professional things. But I'm going home.
Was it hard to step away? It was never really a question in my mind. I knew that it's time now for me to put on the brakes. It wasn't a question. Jeff the father, Jeff the husband, Jeff the man, was going home to do what he needed to do.
Well, Jill was always a part of the TNA family from the very beginning, and I've got just special memories of Jill because when I first moved over, initially I was staying in a hotel, and I'm from Louisiana and really uprooted to come to Nashville to really be a part of this. And we decided it's too expensive to stay in a hotel. We got to give him a place to stay. Jill, we got me an apartment, and I came home to move into the apartment, and Jill was there with a pickup truck and had bought furniture. I mean, she was furnishing it herself, and by herself was moving everything, and that's just the kind of person she was.
Vince Russo is in the process of writing a book right now, and I read a few chapters that he wanted me to read, and it was about during that time. And we were doing our creative meetings and production meetings and pre-production stuff downstairs. And, Jill was like a roller coaster. She passed in May. So the prior fall to that, she got real sick. If you didn't know her, it's just hard to believe that she would get sick, get a cold, much less breast cancer. And as he writes in the book, I'm living it every day. Jill chose, when the breast cancer came back, not to go chemo and radiation. We treated it homeopathy, and we were fighting tooth and nail and really fought the good fight for well over a year.
Just, you talk about heroes. I mean, I've never seen anybody fight like that. And it affected all of us. It was it was a very emotional time because while the company was growing and struggling and fighting, to survive, so was she.
The pain medicine became stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, which of course weakened her appetite. And the guys wouldn't see her, but she was getting around, and for over a year, she was doing everything. Kids that you wouldn't even know she was sick. Then she lost the use of her arm, and she limited her driving and wasn't doing a lot. And as Vince writes in his book, there was a day that she drove around back because there was a bunch of stuff that she had gotten for the house. So Jill had to walk through downstairs, walk in our room, and come up those steps over there. And it's the first time Vince and Dutch and some other guys had seen her, and it was in, I think it was in January, and she had lost a lot of weight. And when I read Vince telling about this, that they had seen her early fall, a little before winter, she was pretty vibrant, and here she was 3 months later with quite a bit of weight loss. I lived it. I didn't really realize it because I was in the fight. I was in the fight with her, day in, day out.
It was very much a part of all of our daily lives the entire time. I mean, it obviously was something that we were all greatly affected by with how he was affected by. And many, many days I would walk away from being with him and hanging out with him going, man, if that was me, I'd be out of my mind right now. How is it, I would jump off a cliff. I don't know how he's doing it. And he never once showed any signs of breaking or he was always just so strong.
That Christmas was a real tough time. Taylor Swift was almost an unknown. And Taylor was a friend of a friend. She came over, and Jill sat in the chair right there, and the girls sat here, and I sat there, and Jill sat in the chair over there, and it was surreal that I look back on it. Taylor played her first album to us, and Jill cried her eyes out, and the girls knew every word to every song, and we had people, and by the time the 2 hours was over, this room was full. People were stopping by, and it was literally, it was from God. I mean, for Taylor to step in here, a friend of a friend had never met, and to this day, Taylor keeps in touch with my girls. She brought Joe Jonas over here. I mean, Taylor's the coolest girl in the world, and I would do anything for that girl. During that time, after Christmas, Jill got to feeling better, and Steiner came up, and Steiner had never seen her. She was so frail. But then January, she put on weight. In February, she put on weight. In March, she put on weight, the very beginning of that. And there was a lot of things going on. She went in the hospital April 1st, April Fool's Day. And we almost lost her that day. But she stayed in the hospital 30 days. She got out on May 1st. And I slept in the hospital every night with her, and that was a real tough time.
During the final days and weeks leading up to the death of Jill, I can honestly say this. I have never in my life seen anybody as dedicated to one person as Jeff was to Jill. I mean, I would talk to him on the phone. I would be at his house. And it was like, whatever makes Jill happy, that's what we're gonna do today. Whatever makes her comfortable, that's what we're gonna do today. And whatever Jill wants, that's what we're gonna do today. And I have no idea how Jeff continued to work, continued to function.
She looked at me, and you think I'm competitive, you think I got compassion. I'm nothing to her. And she says, I'm going home and I'm getting better. And I said, all right, we're doing this. She got home, not to go into any bad details, but she was here 23 days and she felt good, and I believe she was getting better for about 2 weeks. And then I think the Lord was ready to take her. And May 23rd came in the middle of the morning. Our friends were here. I went in, I was with her the last seconds, and she went in peace. As the days and weeks went on, it was such a sense of relief for her. I rejoiced, and I've told my pastor that, I've told my girls that. She suffered no more. At her funeral, the preacher said, is there any words you want me to say from you? And I didn't have any words other than me and Jill were so competitive, she won the race. She really won the race that mattered. Not that we have any control over it. She beat me to heaven. You know, we did a fantastic tribute that night at Slammiversary when they rolled the video piece, and that whole arena was chanting thank you or whatever it was for her. It was heartfelt. I was in the truck. I had to leave the truck because I'd seen it. But it really was a decision consciously. I think subconsciously, it was time for me to step back. Without a doubt, it was time for me to step back. And that's what I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let me direct your attention to the big screens for a very, very important interview. Quite honestly, when you talk about professional wrestling in Nashville, Tennessee, you can't even talk about professional wrestling without even mentioning this individual's name. From right here in Hendersonville, Tennessee, the King of the Mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, please watch this interview with Jeff Jarrett.
The last 5 years of my life have not only been the toughest that I've ever experienced, but also the most rewarding. Slammiversary is about celebrating the 5-year milestone. A lot of people said we wouldn't be around 5 weeks, let alone 5 years, and here we are celebrating. And I truly think on the cusp of greatness. June 19, 2002, the dream became a reality. We had Toby Keith on the card. That night, you know, on a lighter moment, Toby was actually supposed to sing at the White House, and he turned the president down to be at TNA's first event. The early days of TNA were great. Hulk Hogan was negotiating to come to TNA, and I decided that I'd take TNA to Hulk. And, you know, the days were so lean back then. I actually cashed in my miles and flew to Japan. And that moment is one that you know, on the top 50 greatest moments is right up there at the very top. Wrestling is my passion, it's my life. So me and my father, in the early part of 2002, founded the company. I can remember actually sitting right there at that kitchen table with my wife, Jill. And the emotion,
is still so raw. She's the one who gave me the real encouragement, because she believed, probably to a fault, sorry about that. To a fault, everything I did. When Jill would get all hyped up, she didn't call me by Jeff. She called me Jarrett. And she said, Jarrett, you can do this. You can do this. She did everything she possibly could to make TNA exist. And not just by her words and her support, but by her actions. She's the one who had the real passion, not just for this business, not just for our kids, not just for our marriage, but for life. Over 11 years ago, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she fought it, got a clean bill of health. And 2.5 years ago, a little over 2.5 years ago, it came back. For 2.5 years, she didn't have a day without pain. And we left the hospital on May 1st. And on May 23rd, as the preacher said, she won the real race. She won the race that mattered. Jill sowed a lot of deep love for a lot of people over the years. At her funeral, there was an outpouring of love. Her favorite Bible verse is all about love. And that I know her love will go on forever through my kids. And as far as Jeff Jarrett and TNA, you know, I don't know when, I don't know if, I don't know where, but I've never stepped into the ring unless I wasn't prepared. And I know right now, being inside a wrestling ring is the worst place for me right now. Thanks for all the support, and at times unwavering. But probably most of all, on Slammiversary night, I get to say, thank you. But all on behalf of Jill, thank you.